hires the wrong attorney who just wants to get fast cash. You've already gotten hurt in the accident. Don't get hurt again. Just call Mo. Visit justcallmo.com or give me a call at 1-800-CALL-MO. Mo DeWitt, Office, Orlando.
And we're back talking all things connectivity with Spectrum customers Kev and Melissa. So tell us, how long have you been with Spectrum and how important is a reliable internet connection?
We've been Spectrum customers since we moved 12 years ago. The first thing we did is sign up for Spectrum Internet.
You get a lease, you get Wi-Fi.
Yes,
immediately.
We need that. We had Spectrum Wi-Fi before our couch got here.
That's true. That's a true story.
I'll sleep on the floor, but I won't go to bed with no internet.
You heard it here. Switch to Spectrum now.
Injured? Hire the largest injury firm in the world. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. You are now listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
That's right, guys. Here we go on a Monday edition of the Jim Colbert Show. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We appreciate that, as we do every single day. And we do have a good program set up for you this afternoon. We'll get you caught up on what's happening in the world. Deb does that around 3:20 with JCS News. 4 o'clock hour, it's just all us. 5 o'clock hour, it's trivia. And then we'll end it up with sports with our buddy Brandon Kravitz. Ray Trindley will drop by from TK Law. And we'll do You Heard It Here first. Your call, text, and talkbacks all day long. Welcome to the program. I'm Jim. To my left, my lovely and very dangerous co-host, Ms. Deb Roberts.
Hello there.
Straight ahead producer Jack Bradshaw.
Good afternoon.
407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Find us easily on social media, Instagram and Facebook at The Jim Colbert Show, and X, just at Jim Colbert Show, and all day, every day, including YouTube at JimColbertLive.com. You can also send us a talkback if you'd like. Just grab the iHeartRadio app, go to Real Radio, and use that microphone to send your comment on down the line. How you guys doing today?
Good.
Big weekend, man.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we had a gigantic weekend this weekend. My goodness.
Why, what was going on?
Well, we had a little bitty poker tournament. Are we still awaiting the number, Jack?
I have the number.
Okay, very good.
Ooh.
We did not have it 20 minutes ago, but we do have it now. So we know the total. He's smiling, so it must be good.
You don't know that.
One of your good friends knocked me out twice.
Oh, who's that?
Craig LaFleur.
Oh, did he really?
Yes, he did.
Did he give you a Power Spot gift card?
He did not.
That's funny. It was a really good time. If you were with us at the Real Radio Poker Tournament over at the Orlando Science Center this Saturday night, thanks for coming out. Thanks for helping out a wonderful charity here in Central Florida, the Mustard Seed. All of our money goes to support those guys every year. We have been raising tens of thousands of dollars and have raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for the Mustard Seed over the years.
And if you remember earlier this summer, after the governor signed our new budget, the Mustard Seed was one of many nonprofit organizations that had their budget slashed. It's like by $80,000.
Yeah, it's quite a bit. So we had a really good time, had a great show out, sold out the fastest it's ever sold out. Had a myriad of names and faces that you may recognize throughout Central Florida. You may have read about them or seen them or heard them.
Somebody outbid us for the chocolate fountain.
Did they really?
Yeah. Damn it.
I didn't even see that.
Oh, yeah.
How much was it?
We put down $500
and it went for $750.
Did it
I'm
really?
looking at it right now.
Damn.
Yeah.
So do you know who that was?
Okay, so hold on for a second because I'm not 100 on this. There's a legitimate, you could buy a legitimate, entire chocolate fountain, to have at your house?
Yes, but this was a catering company. It's Mountain Catering Chocolate Fountain.
Okay.
And it was a chocolate fountain party that I think it was for up to 250 people or so. It was a lot of people.
We have a reception coming up, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, I can put you in touch with the person who donated it.
Excellent.
Because it was Ryan Holmes' mom.
Oh, that's awesome! Yeah.
Oh,
$700, huh?
Foiled again.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, it's an $1,800 value, but she came through clutch with a great silent auction item that helped raise a lot of money.
Holy.
$750.
Holy, dude. That's great, man. I didn't see that. The first thing I do when I get into the event is I go get a beer.
Right.
And then I go walk the auction because I want to see if there's anything that we look for vacations because people will donate like, Universal or Disney or whomever will donate like long weekends and stuff. We'll grab those.
Like Cont'd Black IT this year with the Uber gift card and the hotels.com.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything with that guy. I'm not doing anything with that guy. No way. I'm not rolling the dice on that dude. Not a chance. And by the way, thank you for putting him and Adam at my table. I can't thank you enough. The minute that Adam, our buddy Adam, is part of our local poker game, and he's a complete maniac. He has no idea.
Say he's a maniac.
Literally a maniac. And Cont'd Black is also a maniac. And I go to Adam comes up to me and he goes, "What table are you at?" And I said, "I'm at table 7." And he goes, and he just said a bunch of curse words. And I said, "No." And he goes, "Me and Sean." And I immediately yelled Jack Bradshaw as if I was the bad guy and he was on his way to get me.
So I will say one of those was deliberate. The other one was happenstance.
Yeah.
And
Adam drew his.
Adam drew his, and that's how that ended up. But when I was stuffing the envelopes in Cont'd Black VIP, he donated a wonderful prize, which we'll talk more about not only today but tomorrow as well, specifically. But with this with Cont'd Black, I drew it and I'm like, wait a second. How rich would it be if he was at Jimmy's table? So I'm like, okay, where's number 7? And put that in. That's the one I made happen.
It was good.
Did you knock him out?
Oh, no, I knocked Adam out, though.
Okay.
And the funny thing is like both of them immediately, I warned the table. When everybody sat down, I warned the table. I said, those two right there. I said they're going to play every hand and be very careful. And they both looked at me, kind of gazed at me like I screwed them over, and I kind of did. Because the first 5 hands, they were just playing each other because they raise every hand. And they play this charity tournament the way we play our cash games, and you just can't do that.
Crazy.
Because the blinds are so ridiculous. And I'll tell you,
my table did not have that expression. As soon as I sat down, table 11, and they saw me turn to the dealer and say, "Do you have those little cards that show you what your hand is?"
Yeah, you're a target immediately.
And I saw a couple of players' eyes they started to tear up, and they were like, "Oh, thank you, Jack."
It's like a slot machine just going back and forth.
Awesome.
So I know who the winner is because inevitably the next morning after these things, I text Jack 2 questions: how much do we raise? Or 3 questions: how much do we raise? How much did our basket go for? And who won? Right? And seeing if it was anybody I knew. Turns out the guy who won the tournament was at my table.
Really?
At my starting table.
And I know that I don't know the last name. I only know his name is Tim.
His name's Tim.
Apparently, according to Jack's email, Tim said that he had never played poker before, but everyone who played against him said he was the luckiest guy at the table.
So that's basic, and that terminology I got from Jim Colbert. He told me, because when they said, "Oh, he never played before," like Busdecker said, "Oh, I never played before," and then he just won it twice. I'm like, yeah, I don't believe you.
Right.
Okay, and with all due respect to Tim, I didn't believe it when his friend said, "Yeah, you never played. He never played before." I'm like, yeah, whatever. I mentioned that to Jim, and he's like, "No, I think he's telling the truth."
Look, I will tell you something. So I've played a lot of cards in my life, right? Played a lot of poker rooms, played in big tournaments, played my own tournament for 7 or 8 years over the Daytona Club, play cash games, play online. I absolutely love the game of poker. As a matter of fact, if you gave me a choice between golf and poker, it would take me a bit to figure it out because I can play poker for a long time, and I just love the game a lot, right? It just encompasses so many things I enjoy. I really like it. Of all the years I've played this game, and the 2 guys I just mentioned, I've seen them get on what we call heaters, like on runs where it's just inconceivable mathematically that could continue to happen. They could continue to hit miracle card after miracle card to win hands. I watched this guy go on a run that I've never, ever experienced in my life.
Wow.
I've never seen luck like that ever in my life. Sweet guy. I gave him S the entire night because he was
shocking.
He was literally, I had him put out. You guys understand that, right? I had that guy dead drawing. I had him all in the last hand before we broke tables and it broke down to the final 3 or 4 tables. I had him all in. He was drawing to 1 card. He needed a jack to win, and he hit his jack on the river.
Oh.
and it didn't put me out. I had him covered, but he took that win and went on. He was just laughing. Every time he would win a hand on just haphazardly win a hand, he would turn to his friend and just laugh. So I know he didn't. Jack, you ready for this one?
Yeah.
Guy flops a set of queens, or because it's queen, queen, ace. A guy has a queen. He flops a set of queens. He bets. This guy calls. The other guy bets, calls, right? What was on board was 2 diamonds. So it was queen, queen, ace. 2 of those were diamonds. The guy called with 9-10 offsuit. No hand, no draw, no nothing. runner, diamonds to win with a 9 high flush. And that's just where it starts. He flopped a 9 once. His kicker was a 2. A guy had a guy had a pair of kings, in the hole. The guy rivers a 2 to beat the kings. In other words, it's a 2 to get 2 pair on the last card, and he did it all night long. I've never seen.
Wow.
I looked at him, and you could ask the table. I looked at him and I said, "You should never fold. You should," and he didn't. I think I said, "You haven't folded one hand pre-flop," and he said, "I folded one hand." And I was like, I can't even imagine what it would be. Like, you called with the worst hands possible. I can't imagine what you would fold. But, man, he was just on a heater. I have to tell you, Jack, the kind of thing that's weird, if you're a player, this really doesn't make a really good argument for poker being a skill game, does it?
No. It doesn't.
It really doesn't. It is a skill game. There's no question. That guy would get chewed alive if he tried to play again the next day. But that night.
Yeah. Well, Bustecker did it 2 years in a row. I'm still scratching my head. But because it's a charity tournament and we're going from 170 players down to 9 in 3 hours, a little less than 3 hours, the blinds go up rather quickly. So you're kind of forced to make moves and be a little more aggressive than you normally would in a game that you might play at your home game,
right,
where it's a little more relaxed and stuff. So you definitely have to adjust your style of play based not only on the blinds, but also on the fact that some of the people at your table have never played before,
don't know what's going on,
or just haven't played a lot. So.
And you hope that that will come out, but once, like Jack said, once the blinds get to a certain point, you really don't have a choice. There's no calling anymore. It's just you have one move. You just put it in there. It becomes like a bingo fest. But it is a good time, and we had a blast. The entire room had an energy that I don't remember in a while. It was very good. A lot of money made. Speaking of what, do we want to go ahead and say how much money was made?
Sure. Well, it was 2 years ago where we broke the $30,000 mark, and we hit $32,000. Last year, we were close to that, and then we had our buddy Joe come in over the top with a donation and got us just over $32,000.
Great guy, by the way.
I am happy to report that today I just received word that we have raised $32,227.
That's our number, huh?
32 has been our number the past 3 years.
That's awesome. All right, very good.
And that all goes to the mustard seed of Central Florida. I believe Alicia with the mustard seed said that's going to help 600 families.
Damn, that's so amazing.
Awesome.
That's so good. Well, thanks everybody who showed up. It was a great time. We have a bunch of other stuff to talk about, too, because Jack and I went to see Nate Bargatze last night with our buddy Scott Brown from Edgewater Family Wealth, plus a bunch of other stuff to talk about as well. Deb, what do you have for news?
Well, for news, we're going to talk about a new tropical threat could form later this week. The Republican Party of Florida changes its plans after Home Depot objects, and a rare basketball card is expected to fetch. We'll tell you how much and more coming up next during JCS News.
All right, you got it.
That's called a tease.
77031. That's how you text us. We'll take a break, come back and get Deb's news and more of the Jim Colbert Show. Stay put.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
There's a serious accident getting cleared up affecting all lanes where Narcoossee Road meets US 192. Move over and slow down if you see police activity or emergency vehicles on the roadways. Traffic's piling up in your typical areas on I-4. You're going to run into some slowdowns through the city there. Traffic's piling up through that Champions Gate area, and you could expect some slowdowns through that amusement park area. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by SunPass.
SunPass Pro works in more states than ever, so go ahead, hit the road. Just $14.95 for cheaper tolls and seamless travel. Get yours today at retail locations or sunpass.com.
This Earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. We offer HELOCs and home equity lines of credit with scores as low as 640. Find out if you're qualified today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Insurance companies often play tough, offering you the bare minimum for your injuries. But why settle for less? With me, Mo DeWitt, your Orlando injury attorney, you pay nothing unless we win. Don't let the insurance companies push you around. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.
Big down payments. Thousands down. We interviewed the victims. Tell us what happened, ma'am.
Well, I says to myself, go to RC Hill Mitsubishi, into land. Every vehicle's just one dime down.
And then?
I ended up at some other dealer.
Why?
They had a trade payoff event.
Let me guess. You had to put $4,000 down.
Yeah, $4,000.
Next time, go to RC Hill Mitsubishi. Right, RC?
That's right. It's a crime to pay more than a dime. One dime down.
But I still owe thousands on my trade.
It's okay. We accept any trade, even if you still owe thousands.
With only one dime down.
Get a new Outlander SUV. It's under 30 grand, has all the toys, and you don't have to worry about your engine for life.
Plus 0% financing for 60 months.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime.
Now at RC Hill Mitsubishi.
Into land, just 2 miles off I-4. RCHill.com. Dime down, $535 a month, 72 months at 6% APR, plus tax tag title to qualified buyers.
iCandy Energy Drink. The official drink of the summer is here. 3 delicious flavors: original, sugar-free, and sugar-free cotton candy. Get yours at iCandyEnergyDrink.com. iCandy Energy Drink.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Premier Men's Medical Center restores your sex life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate erectile dysfunction and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To restore your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance company. And never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anajar and Levine. Focus on getting better and let us take care of everything else. Our experienced team will get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Hey, what's up? Russ Rollins here. Teddy Morris's Daytona Harley-Davidson has your $89 oil change to get you all geared up and ready for Triketoberfest and Biketoberfest. Monsters of the Morning will be broadcasting all the live action on Thursday, October the 16th. That's Triketoberfest and Biketoberfest at Teddy Morris's Daytona Harley-Davidson. Let's ride, y'all.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hello, I'm Joe Cordell, founder of Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is complicated, especially when your small business or professional practice is involved. At Cordell & Cordell, we understand that these assets raise unique valuation and allocation issues. For 35 years, we've helped doctors, lawyers, and small business owners navigate divorce with confidence. Call us at Cordell & Cordell. Let me tell you, I understand on a personal level, your business is much more than a job. It's your legacy.
Orlando, Florida. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois. CordellCordell.com.
Get into summer with iHeart 80s.
Rewind to a decade in music that defined a generation. From Madonna to Michael. And more. iHeart 80s goes commercial free this weekend and every weekend. Open the free iHeart app, search iHeart 80s, and make it your next preset.
iHeartRadio. Reese Impact Windows are guaranteed for life and transferable when you sell. ReeseWindows.com.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Hey guys, I hope you guys are doing well. Well, I want to take a moment and congratulate Jack. I know he did all the work by himself for the poker tournament. So good job, Jack.
Nope.
Thanks. Bye.
No, Mo.
Was that a shot? That's funny.
I don't know.
Mo looked amazing, dude. Mo like a James Bond last night. Had that very nice dinner tux on with the white jacket and the black lapel.
But fitted.
Oh, smart,
yeah,
dude. My man looked smart last night. Or Saturday.
Yeah. And he said he was leaving there to go to another event where he goes, everyone's going to be dressed like me.
Oh, that's great, man.
Oh,
Good.
wow.
People sending in congrats to the station for raising all that money for the mustard seed. Thank you, guys. We appreciate it very much. Could not do it without your help. We are just the conduit to allow you guys to come in and really help the community in a way that really could impact you and your family later down the road. You never know when you'll need the mustard seed. That's the great thing about these guys.
Yeah, and Jimmy, you mentioned something in the first segment, and it was said to me by a couple different people talking about the energy. And it's not only the radio staff being there, but it's the energy that the listeners bring, all the ones who come. That energy in the room, it was just fun throughout the whole night. So it's big. Bravo to everyone for who attended. Thank you.
Sure thing, man. Big T and his mobbed out group showed up last night, all in sunglasses. I said, it looks like you guys look like Secret Service detail.
Yeah.
Very cool, man. What a great night.
Lowercase T bumped into me, spilled my drink on my shoes. Come on.
Oh, no, not those shoes.
Right, literally
a couple drops.
30 seconds before the tournament started, I knocked Lady James's freshly bought wine out of her hand.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Jimmy.
I had to go buy her a new one. And by buy, I mean I leaned on it. I said, hey, look, that girl right there will kill you if you don't give it. All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. I'm Jim. Jack is right over there, and Dev has your news.
It's time for JCS News.
Wow, has this guy got to put his name on everything?
It's in my contract, dude.
Here's the news on the Jim Colbert Show.
And as always, JCS News is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. All right, Hurricane Aaron is still a Category 4 storm and expected to bring dangerous surf conditions through the middle of this week. The first hurricane of the 2025 Atlantic season has maximum sustained winds of 140 miles per hour, knocked out power yesterday to tens of thousands of people across Puerto Rico, and is expected to pass the southeastern Bahamas today. The National Weather Service has issued a high rip current risk through Thursday for beaches from northeast Florida down to the Treasure Coast. Jimmy, you'd said it earlier. If you had any property that you owned anywhere near in St. Augustine, you'd be
I'd be sandbagging that thing up right now, man.
Well, in North Carolina, they've already ordered evacuations.
Oh, wow. Yeah. St. Augustine already deals with king tide issues, much less like 6 to 12-foot surf, I hear, that's supposed to hit some parts of the East Coast.
Yeah. Forecasters warn that strong currents can even pull experienced swimmers away from the shore. Beachgoers are urged to stay out of the surf, follow lifeguard instructions. But, of course, you know every surfer is hearing 8 to 12-foot waves. There's going to be a lot of surfers out there.
Look, man, I guess the swell's already kind of popping up. I saw a guy that I went to high school with who surfs all the time in that very area. Said that he was out this morning and it was really good early, and then kind of got real rough. But he can already tell it's coming.
Well, in the meantime, forecasters are keeping an eye on a tropical wave in the eastern Atlantic that could develop later this week. The system is trailing Hurricane Aaron, which is expected to curve away from the U.S. East Coast. But National Weather Service meteorologist Robert Garcia says we cannot count on this system taking the same track as Aaron away from the mainland.
Somewhere in the next 7 days, there is a medium potential for it to develop about 50% into a tropical cyclone. But right now, it's fairly disorganized, so we're going to continue to watch it. But it is something later parts of the week we could see a tropical depression form.
So the wave is moving west at 20 miles per hour and could approach the Leeward Islands by the weekend. One thing forecasters are saying is that because Aaron ramped, it's the first hurricane in the history of weather keeping that ramped up from a 1 to a Category 5 in less than 24 hours. So did you hear that, Jack?
No.
Yeah, it was the first one in the history before September that went from 1 to 5 in the shortest period of time.
So because of that, she's churned up all that ocean water that she just traveled over. So this next storm won't have as much fuel to play with. But Jimmy, you were saying the track is for this new system that they're now trailing?
Yeah, the one I just saw looks like it's coming underneath Aaron, but it's continued tracking west.
Okay.
I don't want to alarm anybody, but I mean, the new tracks with the AI advancements have been really accurate. And really keep an eye on this one because if it continues west, it would hit Florida and it would be in the northern central Florida area. But I don't know if that's going to happen yet.
Well, and the other issue too, like you and I were talking about before the show started, is the fact that, I mean, what do you tell people what to expect, right? I mean, in 24 hours, the damn thing it's named a hurricane, and then the next 24 hours it's now a Category 5.
Right, yeah.
I mean, what?
I would say these new storms, man, you probably need to give them as much respect as you could possibly manage,
Yeah,
within
absolutely.
reason.
All right, nearly 200 residents living at an Orlando hotel are being evicted. Residents at Howard Johnson on International Drive had until 10 o'clock this morning to leave due to several safety violations like rats, non-working fire sprinklers. The motel was home to about 60 families, though, who were paying weekly. Get this. They paid the day before they were told to evict.
Yeah.
The general manager took their money for their rent, knowing they were being evicted, and now they can't get that money back, which means these families who were already living at a Howard Johnson no longer have money to help them go out and find the next place to rent.
No. Get the sheriff.
Absolutely.
This has happened.
Come on.
This has happened 3 times in Central Florida. If I remember right, because it's owned by a larger group, they had to call the power company to negotiate with the power company to turn the power back on for that last few days or something until they could get people out and get them in there. Apparently, assisted living and not assisted living, but help for these people has been on property trying to find them places to live. But they had to get an extension because they basically shut the entire thing down. Man, this is like a thing in Central Florida. Remember this happening? Remember this happening a few years back? Same thing. That hotel that's right on the corner of John Young and I-4 did the very same thing.
Yeah,
like they shut down. People were living there. They just shut the damn thing and hauled ass.
Yeah, people were using the pool water to flush their toilets. Well, the Christian Service Center and Coalition for the Homeless are helping them find a new place to stay. A couple of families were able to secure hotel rooms, but for a lot of other folks, they don't know what to do or where to go. And Jack, was it Miss Sunshine, Little Miss Sunshine? What was the movie with Willem Dafoe?
No, I was just trying to think of it. I've seen it. It's the Florida Project?
Yeah, Florida Project.
There you go, Florida Project.
Yeah, it's sad because it's like you watch it. If you live here in Central Florida, you're like, oh, I remember this, I know this, I know this. But then you see the conditions where these people are struggling, in the shadow of the theme parks.
Right, and that's what it talks about, the blight of all the people that run the theme parks you love so much, literally not being able to afford to live in the market they work in.
Oh, yeah, no. I mean, it used to be a joke that you either lived with 8 other people or you had a car.
Right.
I mean, you don't get both. A Flagler County couple who's accused of leaving their infant in a car while they drank is due in court this week. Mom and Dad of the Year.
Yeah, these are becoming my favorite stories of all time.
Clarice and Norman Finnegan were arrested late last month outside a bar in Palm Coast. Authorities say their baby was left unsecured in a car seat. The doors were unlocked and the car was running. Shockingly, they're facing child neglect charges. I don't understand.
I don't know what the problem is. We had the AC on. Mama just had to get a Schlitz.
All right. A Miami-Dade mom is suing Roblox, claiming the child gaming app enabled a pedophile to groom and rape her 11-year-old daughter.
We're talking about this later because we had the security guy on for this company, and he told us to our face they were doing whatever they took to do this. My son texted me on Friday during the show and said Roblox just turned this kind of thing down that would have protected kids, and that's my boy saying that. Said Roblox is blanking up because they just turned down this this new tool that was supposed to protect kids from this. And I have that story pulled to talk about it a little bit later.
Good, because we always talk about that, about pedophiles and how they reach your children. A lot of people assume it's through social media, Instagram and Facebook. Yeah. And yes, while they will try that way, the easiest way for them to get to your kid is through their gaming platform because you're not paying attention to the gaming platform maybe as much as their social media.
And how about this? Here's the thing nobody talks about. You already have something in common with them. Right. There's already a language you can use to talk to them. Nobody talks about that. And I think that's one of the most important parts of this grooming process. Nobody talks about the fact that when you get on these gaming platforms, you already have a language they understand that automatically lets them drop their guard to you. And that's the scary part of those things.
Well, National Center on Sexual Exploitation attorney Danny Pinter says there needs to be more laws in place to prevent this from happening.
Without litigation, the tobacco industry would still be telling you that their products are safe, and they would still be marketing to kids.
Florida's Attorney General sent a subpoena to Roblox back in May, demanding information on how it's marketed to kids and how it monitors chat rooms. Roblox claims it uses facial age estimation technology to verify the ages of all users.
Wow.
All right, another what do you call it? Technology story on the seedier side. A Pasco County man's story could serve as a warning for those looking for love online. Port Richey's David Cruz befriended what he thought was a woman named Bonnie from Indiana. They even had FaceTime calls. Showed the photo of her on, her Facebook profile.
Right.
Said he's outlived his family and his friends, so he's lonely, looking for love.
Right.
It started with them exchanging messages and then, like I said, video chats. Cruz didn't realize it at the time, but those video chats were the work of artificial intelligence.
Right, yeah.
Come on, man.
Bonnie turned out to be Bobby in North Georgia.
Worse, actually. It was in Nigeria.
Oh, yeah.
Eventually, Bonnie asked Cruz for money, and he sent her over. First, it was $5,000, but then she got a job offer in Australia and needed some help with all the paperwork.
$30,000.
So he sent her.
I'll go $22,000.
Points Jack, $45,000.
Can I tell you something? Here's the terrible thing about being me. I wouldn't send somebody I loved that much money without proof.
I know.
If one of my children called and said, "Hey, Dad," I would immediately fly here and ask me in person.
I mean, he even dipped into his home equity.
Oh, I'm sure,
to pay some of this money.
They're very convincing.
They are very convincing.
And loneliness is an epidemic.
It is.
Yeah.
And, I guess some of the messages were like, I'm only able to do this because you're such a great guy and you're helping me.
Do you think you're immune to this?
Yeah, I'm completely immune to it.
I know that's how you 100% feel now.
Yeah.
20 years from now,
right,
when technology has continued to grow exponentially.
Oh, Jack, you have grossly overestimated me. All of this is going in the river when I'm done. You have no idea. Everything I own that plugs in and needs to be charged, I'm going to the river and I'm throwing it in. That's all I'm doing. You guys think I'm joking?
Oh, no.
If you ever want to find my laptop and all the stuff that has all my show notes on it, go to the St. Johns River.
Please
in
don't
about
throw it in the
6
river.
years. It's going to be in the bottom of that GD River.
Well, Cruz got suspicious when she asked for more money, and that's when he contacted the sheriff's office. Investigators found Cruz fell for a scam based in Nigeria, which means he's not going to get his money back.
Yeah, I feel ultimately sorry for these people because really
too.
they're just looking for a genuine connection with another human being to spend their time with. And that is the most insidious nature of these scams is they are literally just preying on the fact that you are lonely and desperate for some type of human connection, and they are taking your money.
And that's why I believe there has to be a special place in hell for people who prey on lonely people like that.
A little hell side door.
All right, last week, Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd promised to crack down on weekend boaters trespassing and violating other laws on Lake Winterset near Winter Haven.
We're going to put people in jail this weekend for conduct that we previously tried to warn you about.
So the sheriff says deputies made one arrest for trespassing. Get the nards on this dude, right? He says a boat owner decided to tie his boat up to a no trespassing sign that read, quote, by order of the sheriff, end quote.
That's a guy just begging to get arrested. I saw Russ was out on the that chain of lakes and drove his boat by where they were, and there was like 1 or 2 boats instead of the 20 or 30 that are usually there.
Right, exactly, because of course we talked about those 8 guys that got arrested for that brawl. Deputies also issued citations and warnings. Okay, anybody need to fill up? I'm about a half a gallon or half a tank right now.
I'm a half a tank as well.
Are you?
I'm a half a tank as well.
Wow, but you're going to be that way until October.
Yeah. Jack filled up in 2017. He's good for a while.
Well, Florida drivers are seeing some price swings, but overall gas prices are staying within a familiar range. The state average dipped to $3.01 early last week, jumped 12 cents by Thursday, and then fell back to $3.07 by today. AAA says prices have remained within a 26-cent range since last September, reflecting steady oil markets. The most expensive Florida metro areas include West Palm Beach and Naples, while the cheapest are in the Panhandle.
Paid $3.06 this past weekend.
Oh, really? That's not too bad.
Manageable.
All right. An airline strike is affecting travelers all over the state. Air Canada flights canceled flights yesterday. Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood International Airport, of course, at Orlando International Airport. Industry analysts say about 100,000 people have had their flights canceled worldwide since the flight attendants went on strike on Saturday and then defied the get back to work order from the Canadian government. One woman saying, take it off, eh?
Yeah.
One man says the airline should be liable to find passengers some way home. Air Canada has said its hopes flights will resume tonight. I thought there was that new law that said flights just couldn't strand you for no reason without.
I don't remember that. Is it a U.S. thing or a Canadian thing?
I don't know, but I would imagine if they're operating on U.S. soil, they would be held to U.S. laws.
I think Canadian negotiators have to be a little more firm because they're so nice. I'm like, hey, go back to work, please, eh?
Yeah, can you come back to work? We got a lot of flights,
Do you guys have a system to buy plane tickets?
Yeah, it's called My Wife.
Okay. Well, I know there are methods. They're saying
I can do them online.
If you do it online, if you do it in your browser and you
Right.
look in advance, then they're going to raise the price if you don't buy it right away. And there's certain websites they say avoid, clear your cache, do it on different days. And there's so many different things. And I'm ready to buy plane tickets, and I'm like, now I'm so overloaded with all these
rules.
Yeah,
these
hacks.
I see.
That I don't know what one's good. So I asked ChatGPT.
You're just waiting for a response?
It took longer for ChatGPT to answer that than it did to tell me how many people were in the arena last night.
All right. A U.S. district judge in Miami is hearing arguments today about who's in charge at Florida's Alligator Alcatraz and whether or not the case is being heard in the correct courthouse. Former federal prosecutor David Weinstein says the venue issue must be decided first.
Does the case belong in the Southern District of Florida? And the defendants in this case have argued that it doesn't, that the facility itself is primarily located on land in Collier County.
So once that's decided, the judge will issue a ruling on who's running the show at the Migrant Detention Center. Attorneys for the ACLU have filed suit saying at least 100 detainees have been deported without due process. Apparently buses just in and out at all hours of the night.
Yep.
All right. Meanwhile, the Republican Party of Florida is changing its plans after Home Depot objected to a recent line of merchandise. The state GOP was selling items labeled the Deport Depot. Deport Depot is what the Immigration Detention Center planned for Baker County is going to be called. Has there been a contest that they didn't tell us about with like eligible prizes?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm good. Jack's good at that. We can do that.
Yeah, they get in their own way and say, who can be meaner about this?
So the design on the merch apparently was similar to Home Depot's, and the company took notice. So 2 days later, the Republican Party removed the baseball caps, T-shirts, and mugs it was trying to sell. Home Depot spokeswoman tells the Washington Post it did not approve use of its branding or logo.
Which is interesting to me because I keep seeing this meme go around how the guy in charge of Home Depot is a way far right, donor. So that doesn't jibe unless the meme is not correct.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. All the customers aren't just Republican,
Well, yeah, but which was surprising to me that the comments attributed to the guy running Home Depot were I think would have pissed off at least half the customer base.
Oh, really? It wasn't Blank. It was just the CEO or whatever.
I think is Blank Lowe's or is it
Blank is Depot?
Depot.
Blank's Depot.
Yeah, so it wasn't Blank. It might have been the guy who's in charge of it now. I don't know, but it's like you see that a lot where people are trying to kind of gin up whether it's a boycott or just get people angry or divided. It's like they attribute these comments. I saw so many fake AI-generated news pieces over the weekend involving Blake Shelton, Sydney Sweeney, and then I look, I'm like, well, that's fake. You know, at my age, I recognize it. I can see there are people who would just be, oh my God, and there are thousands of comments, hundreds of shares.
Right, yeah.
And it's not a real story.
Not even real, not even close.
And imagine when the technology gets even better.
Yeah.
That's where I worry about our future.
Right, exactly.
Like, 10, 15 years from now, and we're like, all right, it
I don't
seemed
know.
real. I gave him my money.
Yeah. I think maybe we just need to look at this different. People need to get smarter. Instead of worried about the technology taking, just get smarter and understand that those things are going to happen. And you need to look at things a bunch of different ways before you start reading it and soaking it in.
You are not going to get more intelligent than the growth of AI.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, you could get intelligent enough to understand when you're trying to be manipulated. I mean, you can understand that, right?
You get to a
Maybe,
point
yeah.
where you just have to protect what you have and don't give it to anyone for any reason.
Right.
That's right. All right, real
read
quick.
a newspaper.
I want to pay this off. Wealthy sports fans are in a bidding war over a one-of-a-kind Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant basketball card expected to sell for more than...
A Kobe Bryant?
Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant.
Together?
Yeah.
A combo?
Yeah.
On the same card?
$2.1 million.
Oh, good one. 2.2 million.
$6 million.
God almighty damn, really.
The card is from the 2007 to 2008 Upper Deck.
I went crazy on that, by the way.
Exquisite collection and features autographs from both basketball legends. Next to different NBA logo patches, Kobe's signature parallels a blue, white, and red patch, while Michael's patch is gold and white. It's up for sale on Heritage Auctions website and has a bid of over $5 million.
Goodness.
As of this morning. The final auction price expected to be at least $6.1 milli when the official auction takes place August 23rd through the 24th.
Nice.
And that concludes your JCS News.
All right, 77031. Back in a second with more than Jim Colbert Show. Stay put. He's fine. He's fine.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s.
But I'm a creep.
Classic alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast. And for our Monday, we are going to be expecting a hot and humid, typical summer-like day. Temperatures will be climbing to a high of 93 degrees in Orlando, even though it will feel closer to the low 100s once we factor in that humidity. We'll also be expecting the return of some scattered afternoon showers and thunderstorms, about a 60% chance of rain today, slightly lower chances though as we head into midweek, with temperatures staying on the seasonable side. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Staples.
Bobby Bones here with some easy trivia. What does the Staples Easy button say? That was easy. Boom. I mean, that was easy. You knew that, right? And now you know to press it for prints, shipping, and even passport photos. Plus, next day delivery to over 98% of the U.S. I see you, Staples. That was easy.
Hey guys, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Eustace Roofing. Look, man, if you need a roof for your home, especially as these storms start brewing up, you need the best in town. That is Eustace Roofing. And look, don't let the name fool you. It is Eustace Roofing. They serve all of Central Florida. In 2021, they were the National Roofing Company of the Year. 4.9 Google rating with over 1,000 reviews. These guys know what they're doing. They've been in business for 65 years, and they do have no interest financing available. They do serve all of Central Florida, and they are metal roofing experts, which means this. They actually manufacture that on site so it fits your home perfectly, and they may be able to satisfy your insurance carrier by simply cleaning or rejuvenating your roof, adding years to it. Call these guys today. It's EustaceRoofing.com. The real roofers, real craftsmen, real professionals, real experts. Eustace Roofing.
It's the summer clearance event at Greenway Kia, and we're racing to sell 500 new Kias. Every new Kia is clearance priced with savings up to $18,000 off MSRP, with 0% financing now available. We've got one of the area's largest Kia inventories, and we'll make deals other dealers won't. Our friendly, non-commissioned team is here to help. If you're shopping for a new Kia, visit GreenwayKias.com. I'm Joe Rossi, and we want to see you in a Greenway Kia.
Example stock TG004814. Negative equity refinanced expires 9/7/25.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning, now using AI.
My AC stopped working.
Here's a random penguin fact.
No, I need cold air now.
Penguins mate for life.
I should have called Frank Gay.
Would you like to mate for life?
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When your home's air conditioning breaks down, you can count on our repairs to work for you for the long haul. That's the Frank Gay way.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Hey guys, Russ Rollins here. Lose weight, gain muscle, and lose that dad bod with testosterone from Red Mountain Weight Loss. If you've noticed a lack in energy lately, how about brain fog, trouble in the bedroom? Well, you probably have low T. It's more common than you think, and it is treatable. Truth is, men today have 20% lower testosterone than even our dads had. Ugh, yeah, man. Hey, but there's a solution to it. You'll find it at Red Mountain Weight Loss. They offer full-strength testosterone as an injection or a tablet, and we're not talking about supplements here. No, we're talking about prescription-only testosterone because no supplement can match the boost you get from actual testosterone. It'll give you more energy, greater focus, better sleep, and lean muscle mass, and you're also going to have a better sex drive. It is a game changer. Book your free video consultation with one of their licensed doctors today and regain your energy, your strength, your vitality. For a limited time, they're even going to waive their startup fee. So go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com. Red Mountain Weight Loss. Real testosterone, real doctors, and real results.
Summer's winding down, and we know you want to enjoy what's left of it. But before you celebrate this Labor Day weekend, plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Celebrate responsibly and remember to drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Your cruise is booked, but why rush to the port when you can start your vacation early? The legendary Cocoa Beach is your ultimate pre-cruise paradise, just minutes from Port Canaveral. Stretch out on sandy shores, surf some waves, or kayak with dolphins before you set sail. Need a hotel? Cocoa Beach has plenty, plus shuttle packages to get you to the ship on time. Why wait for the ship to start having fun? Book your adventure now at legendarycocobeach.com.
An official message from Medicare.
I turned 65 this year. I knew it was time to figure out Medicare, and I had questions, like when to enroll and how to enroll. So I went straight to the official source, Medicare.gov, to get the facts about Medicare. I found answers to all my questions, and I'm ready to get started. And so can you. Just go to Medicare.gov to get the real facts about Medicare.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
With the iHeartRadio app, your favorite radio station fits right in your pocket. Live shows, news, sports, exclusive music channels, and voices that don't just go viral. They're the voices of your local community. Join the millions who already have it. iHeartRadio, the #1 app for radio.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Hello, I'm Joe Cordell, founder of Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is complicated, especially when your small business or professional practice is involved. At Cordell & Cordell, we understand that these assets raise unique valuation and allocation issues. For 35 years, we've helped doctors, lawyers, and small business owners navigate divorce with confidence. Call us at Cordell & Cordell. Let me tell you, I understand on a personal level, your business is much more than a job. It's your legacy.
Orlando, Florida. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois. CordellCordell.com.
Radio now comes with moving pictures. The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. I'm Jim, there's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Sure.
77031. That's how you text the show. If you have a comment you'd like to get into the program, we can do that. If you would like to send a talk back, we can do that as well. Grab the iHeartRadio app, go to Real Radio, and use that little microphone that you see to send your comment over. Remember, you can do it, edit it until you get it exactly right. Send it to Jack. We'll put you on the air. And you can also be a superstar. It'll be fun.
Superstar.
People will hear you at the mall, and they'll go, "Are you?" And you're like, "Yes, I am."
That's right.
All right. Would you like Monograph? And they're like, "No." Then you move on forward. Last night, it was so kind of Scott Brown from Edgewater Family Wealth. We'll talk to Scott tomorrow in the afternoon, as we always do on Tuesdays, to invite the entire crew out to see Nate Bargatze last night at the Kia Center. And he had a little suite there. We were able to go up and hang out with some of his friends and clients and family members and watch the comedy show. If you haven't, obviously, I think everybody's. Is it safe to say most people know who Nate is now?
I guess, yeah. I ran into someone over the weekend who's like, I've never heard of this guy.
Crazy,
really?
right?
Right now, he is the biggest comedian out there.
He is the
biggest working comedian.
No question. Not only does he have a stand-up, I mean, they're in the process of getting into some television. I think he has a show filming right now, I believe, for one of the streaming services. I can't remember the name of it, but it's a stereotypical take on the the dundering dad.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think that's kind of the thing they're going for. And I think one of the things they were filming, it's a little clip they used to promote it is they were doing a behind the scenes, kind of a fake behind the scenes thing that he can't do his lines without holding a mic. So he would like sneak mics into scenes, and every time he had to talk, he would hold the mic up next to him while they're trying to film a TV show, as if he can't speak or deliver lines without a mic in his hand. And it was a pretty cool, it was pretty funny and stuff. But Nate travels around with 3 or 4 comics that are part of his group. If you go to nateland.com, you can see all of them. Everybody from like Gary Veeder, who has been with him for a very long time. I think Gary's actually one of his best friends. All the way up to, I believe, guys like Dusty Slay. And they all work clean. No curse words, no nothing. The most severe thing said last night was the word lesbian.
Jimmy, watch your mouth.
Yeah. They made a car joke and said the word lesbian. That was the most controversial thing that happened last night. But it was very good. Sold out crowd. A lot of fun. He's very funny. Did you think that his set started a little slow, Jack?
Yeah, but
You know, it's weird as somebody who speaks for a living. I remember the first 6 minutes of his set, every time he would say something, it would just echo in the arena because nobody was responding to it. He was just kind of warming up, like saying hey to the crowd kind of thing, and nobody was responding. They didn't know if it was a joke or not.
I know, and also his cadence, obviously, it's a slower delivery, and he even pauses in between his transitions. He pauses a little bit, and I'm like, it's like you could park a truck in between those two segments. But I think that's his delivery, and I think it's us. We we adapted to it and then picked up. So it seemed a little more, slow at first, and I think we kind of get into his rhythm.
Yeah.
Same thing when you are watching British-speaking people on television.
Right, yeah.
It's, after about 5 minutes, so you
5 minutes of going, what?
Yeah, you fall into the rhythm and the cadence, and then you just understand more. I think the same thing, you adjust to him. But I believe, it was a little bit of a slow start where he was kind of just, kind of stream of consciousness almost.
And he kind of does this. I've seen other shows where people recorded him when he comes out. And I think him beginning a show is one of the toughest things for him for some reason. I don't know what it is. If there's a weird kind of nervous there, I can't imagine that would be the case after all the years he's been stand-up. And, the years he's been doing stand-up in arenas. It was in the round, which was like a little circular thing in the dead center of what would be the basketball floor.
I think isn't that where we saw him the last time?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. But I think the setup was a little different. The floor, was it round last time as well?
It was
the
round.
Same stage?
Well, we saw Chappelle that way. You went to the Chappelle one,
yes,
right?
Sure enough, yeah. And I went to the other Nate one too.
Yeah, that was a bigger round stage.
Yeah.
But, in the round, it's in the center of the court, and then the chairs are around it. This one seemed a little tighter, so the people were closer, so that probably gave them more intimacy on the floor.
Yeah.
But then you have there's a new video system in the Kia Center. You noticed that, right?
Yeah, that's what I watched all night.
Yeah, exactly.
I went to the suite to watch TV.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what I did.
It is one of those things. And every once in a while, it remind me, look at the stage. Yeah. There's a little guy. And then I look up on the screen again.
Yeah, you can see it. There he is.
Yeah,
look at him.
That's for the new Magic season, because I used to have that drop-down thing.
Right.
How old is the Kia?
The Kia? I don't know. Probably, 8 years?
10
6,
years
7,
now?
8 years? Yeah, something like that.
Wow. Yeah.
Maybe a little bit longer than that, actually.
They've replaced that center video system with that, and really, it's just 4 curved screens.
Right, yeah.
That drop down and can go up, and all the information for basketball games will be on that. But when it's a show like that, it was just a giant screen up there.
And oddly enough, the way they bend the screens, even though you can see a little of each screen, for some reason your eye, kind of moves toward the one that's bigger in your scope.
Sure.
Did you see what I'm saying there?
But so where we were,
we're right on the corner.
Yeah, it's north, south, east, and west, right, for the screens. So we were like southeast.
Right, yeah.
Right? So we were looking at the corner, so you can look at either one, and there's a curvature to them. So when they would show him straight on camera shot, and if he's in the middle of the screen, from our a vantage point, it's almost a little distorted.
Yeah, it is a little bit.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, the sound was amazing.
Perfect.
And one of the big issues with big rooms when it comes to comedy is the sound bouncing around. And I don't know if it was that thing that they blocked out the third level, so they put that screen up so you couldn't see the third level. It almost acted like maybe a buffer or like a sound depressor.
Yeah,
because it was great. That's always the thing I worry about when you get into big rooms like that is, am I going to be able to understand what they're saying? Man, it was absolutely perfect. Whoever engineered that show killed it for those guys.
Done. Yeah, Mikey says 2012 for the arena, but you got about 13, 14 years on the previous Jumbotron.
Wow, really? And then the other thing is, when you go see somebody like Nate, it's interesting because if there ever was, Nate would be like the Journey of comedy, right? It is corporate comedy. And I don't mean that in a negative way, but
it
of
sure
course
sounds negative when you say it.
It's not though. But if you go to his show, there is no irreverence. Like the show starts at 7:30. When I see the show starts at 7:30, at 7:30 and 1 second, the guy who is opening the show is on the stage doing his shtick, getting ready to bring everybody out. Everybody who tours under him does exactly 9 minutes. It's not 10 minutes, then 20 minutes, then 25, and then the headliner, which is the standard for shows like that. You get your opener, he does a few minutes, then the other guy's got a little bit more seasoned comedy. He'll do like 15, and then the next guy's the guy that's about to be the headliner. He'll do like 25, and then the headliner does like an hour, right? Or 45 or an hour, whatever the case may be.
He did an hour.
But the 3 guys before him did exactly 9 minutes, and then they got out. And if you go and time one of the Bargatze shows like we did last time, it's the exact same thing. There is no like irreverence. You don't skip off the script. There's no working with the crowd. You get the show that's packaged and ready to go, and that's it.
But no, you do get an element of that with the host, the
that's
MC,
it.
right?
Yeah.
And what was his name?
Josh McCullough or something like that.
So he's the guy who started with Nate. He's from Philly. He was hysterical.
Yeah, it was really
good. He did great. But he's the guy who actually did a little crowd work because he's like talking about the show and and it was just, I thought he did a fantastic job.
Really good. Yeah. I didn't even know he also played a Saturday night show. I didn't know he did 2 nights in the arena.
Oh, yeah,
I had no idea.
That's why Ray Trenley couldn't be with us at the poker tournament because he had Nate Bargatze tickets on Saturday night.
Got it. Good show. It was also weird. Did you notice where the comics went when they got off stage? Did you happen to notice? Did you watch them when they left stage to go see where they were?
No.
They literally walked over to the stands and sat down in the front row and watched the rest of the show.
Oh, really?
They didn't go back to the green room or anything like that. They literally came off stage and went over there and sat in a row with everybody else. It was really odd.
Real quick correction. 2010 is when the current Kia Center opened. I'm sorry, I trusted Mikey, who's usually spot on with his information, and this time he failed us miserably.
Okay,
Matter of fact,
good.
failed all of Central Florida. No, we're worldwide. He failed the world.
He
Mikey.
did. Sorry, buddy.
Bad Mikey.
Sorry.
15 years on the old Jumbotron. We got a new one for this Magic season.
All right, very good.
Magic.
All right, 407-916-1041. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Storm season is here, and Florida power outages are no joke. Win a $20,000 battery backup from Solar Source. Enter now at iHeart.com/solar before the next storm hits.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Afternoon traffic starting to pile up in some familiar areas on I-4. There's also a couple accidents to keep an eye out for on Narcoossee Road at US 192, on State Road 434 at I-4. The right lane's blocked. There's ongoing construction where US 192 meets Betsy Ross Lane, affecting all lanes there. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Staples.
Bobby Bones here with some easy trivia. What does the Staples Easy button say? That was easy. Boom. I mean, that was easy. You knew that, right? And now you know to press it for prints, shipping, and even passport photos. Plus, next day delivery to over 98% of the U.S. I see you, Staples. That was easy.
Hey guys, let me tell you something, man. If you're in the real estate world, my friends over at the Nickley Group are ready to help you out. And by help you out, I mean get a team of seasoned realtors behind you to make sure you maximize the value of your number one asset. That is your home. And if you are looking to sell it, please call the Nickley Group before you make any move, because on average, these guys get about 6% more for their homes than their competitors. And even better, they sell those homes twice as fast. So that means your house will not be lingering on the market for months. You'll get your money, move on to that next stage of your life. And if you are looking for a property, man, nobody is going to find homes that'll check the boxes more than the Nickley Group. They're just really good at what they do. When you throw in their VIP program, guys, it really becomes one of those situations where you feel like you must get with these guys to really maximize the value of your home. Free appraisals, free home warranties, free moving trucks and supplies, and they have an early access program that gets you into off-market properties before they even get listed, giving you the advantage over other buyers. And also, on top of all of that, if you don't want to deal with any of the real estate stuff, they even have an option for you as well. It's their guaranteed cash offer. Just simply go to their website, no showings, no open houses, and you can close that deal in just 14 days. It's the NickleyGroup.com. That's NICKLEY Group.com.
After an accident, you may have an X-ray that looks normal, but you're still in pain. That's because soft tissue injuries like sprains and tears don't show up on X-rays. And if an insurance company doesn't see it, they may not believe you're hurt.
When they don't take your pain seriously, we fight back. We know doctors who are experts in diagnosing soft tissue injuries. They can help us prove that your pain is real, and we'll seek to get you paid for all of your future medical expenses.
Farah and Farah, Orlando.
Big down payments. Thousands down. We interviewed the victims. Tell us what happened, ma'am.
Well, I says to myself, go to RC Hill Mitsubishi, into land. Every vehicle's just one dime down.
And then?
I ended up at some other dealer.
Why?
They had a trade payoff event.
Let me guess. You had to put $4,000 down.
Yeah, $4,000.
Next time, go to RC Hill Mitsubishi. Right, RC?
That's right. It's a crime to pay more than a dime. One dime down.
But I still owe thousands on my trade.
It's okay. We accept any trade, even if you still owe thousands.
With only one dime down.
Get a new Outlander SUV. It's under 30 grand, has all the toys, and you don't have to worry about your engine for life.
Plus 0% financing for 60 months.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime.
Now at RC Hill Mitsubishi.
Into land, just 2 miles off I-4. RCHill.com. Dime down, $535 a month, 72 months at 6% APR, plus tax tag title to qualified buyers.
Eye Candy Energy Drink. The official drink of the summer is here. 3 delicious flavors: original, sugar-free, and sugar-free cotton candy. Get yours at EyeCandyEnergyDrink.com. Eye Candy Energy Drink.
You worked hard for your 401k, but if you've left your job, your money might be sitting in the wrong hands. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and it's very possible that the 401k that you have had for years has hidden fees and limited investment choices. But if you're no longer with the company, that 401k may be at the mercy of your former employer. All of these things could be costing you thousands. Rolling over your 401k into an IRA can provide better investment options that align with your long-term goals. At Trajan Wealth, we're fiduciary advisors that are held to a higher standard with no hidden agenda and no hidden fees. Don't let your retirement dollars sit in an old plan, and don't roll it over to your new plan without consulting Trajan Wealth first. Call Trajan Wealth today at 407-213-0000, 407-213-0000.
Advisory services are offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Get tickets now for the Pirates and Parrots Festival on Saturday, August 30th at Elizabeth Evans Park in Mount Dora. The party begins at noon with tailgating, food trucks, island drinks, vendors, VIP seating, and live music from the ultimate Jimmy Buffett tribute band, the Land Sharks, bringing Margaritaville to life. It's a day of music, fun, and a good cause supporting local heroes. Tickets and more information at piratesandparrotsfestival.com. Keep the party going on August 30th in Mount Dora. Sponsored by Phillips Buick GMC.
Here in Orlando, we know life doesn't slow down for anything, especially a broken garage door. Since 2002, Precision Garage Door Service has been proudly serving the Orlando community. Local and reliable, our techs are ready to provide you a same-day service. And there's no charge for a service call, and seniors, military, first responders, and teachers get a 5% discount. Whether it's a stuck door or a snap spring, we've got you covered right when you need it the most. Call Precision Garage Door Service today or visit us online. Precision Garage Door Service. Garage doors done right.
Eustis Roofing. New roof, no mess.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Accidents happen, but Mo's here to help. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Hey everybody, I'm Swilly. Man, what a blast that poker tournament was.
Swilly.
We rolled up dressed for business, and everybody else went off to play poker. I was on the table games. I was making a killing on the roulette. A lot of fun. Shout out to Angela. She was a hoot. But it was an amazing event for an amazing cause. And I can't wait for next year. Okay, love you. Goodbye.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank
Always
you,
good seeing
Swilly.
your crew. What a good crew. They're fun, man.
They are fun. Yeah.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Yes, sir.
Been some changes with the schedule on the show because of other changes happening around the radio station group here. Just to give you a heads up of what's happening. On Mondays, usually we would have Brandon Kravitz in here at 4:20 to talk sports. That will not be happening anymore. He'll be joining us at 6 o'clock in the afternoon. The reason why is because their show has changed, and Jaden, who would be on Mondays right now, doing the video game update, is now their producer.
Yeah.
So our show, the Kravitz show is killing us, by the way. No, but they started their new show called Game On. It started actually about an hour ago. Mike Bianchi and Brandon Kravitz. Now Jaden, our video game master, is their producer, so he will be on with us on Fridays in the afternoon now.
At 6 o'clock Fridays,
Yeah.
after they finish their show, he'll come over here and we'll do our little video game segment with him. Mike Bianchi, for his career in radio at least, has been in Morning Drive. Now we're welcoming him to Afternoon Drive.
Yeah,
he's going to love it.
I was talking to Mike this afternoon about that whole thing. I said, what time did you get up this morning? He goes, 5, just normal.
Right.
Yeah, because, I mean, once you get that morning show kind of time clock in, it takes quite a while to peel that off. I mean,
Not too bad.
well, when I left the Monsters, I woke up at 4:30 in the morning, sat straight up in bed probably for about a year and a half.
Oof.
Yeah, I just still could not. And even now, it's just, I mean, just my sleep patterns are different. But even now, I wake up relatively early. But back then, it would just be automatic. And it took a while to shake that. And I know you used to wake up even when you did news. It was like 2 for you, right?
3:30 because I had to be here at 4:45.
Yeah. Brutal. And how long did you do that?
27 years.
Wow.
27 years.
Wow. It didn't take you time to acclimate to that? You know?
Because 3:30 is not normal. It's
Right,
not.
yeah,
It's
no.
not a natural time. 4:30, 5:30. That you can kind of build that into a regular kind of. That can be just your normal wake up time.
Right.
But anything before 4 a.m. Without the alarm.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
just.
It's dark out.
Yeah.
It is dark.
We ended up getting light for a while, actually. How often do you guys eat fast food a week? If you had to guess, how many days a week do you eat fast food? By the way, this is going to be our question of the day, and I'll tell you why here in a second.
Well, I had Arby's today, so I would say maybe once a week, and it's usually Arby's.
Okay. But you do eat fast casual food outside of that, right? Is Panera considered fast food? That's fast casual?
I would think fast casual.
Yeah, because you can sit down in there, but it does not have a drive-through.
It does.
It does.
They do, and it's counter service. You order, then sit down.
But I consider
that's a good call.
But I usually do soup and salad, so I think of fast food as like fried foods or something that comes in a bun.
And
even though I don't eat that way, I mean, I wrap my French fries in my roast beef.
I don't know. I think Chipotle, you'd have to Why would Chipotle not be fast food?
But okay, so just to give you an idea, this is a Newsweek story, and it's talking about this. They consider fast casual Cava, Sweet Green, Panera, and they even consider Shake Shack to be fast casual, which I didn't know. I mean, that's because they don't have a drive-through at Shake Shack, right?
Well, so with like Panera. If Panera is fast casual, then you could say Chipotle is as well. Because you're going to the counter, you're ordering, then, boom.
And it mentions that there. Jack, you don't eat fast food very often, do you?
No, you're right, Jimmy. I do not.
How often do you eat fast food, Jack?
Well, today, I got a Cuban sandwich today.
That's not fast food.
Okay, that's good. Thank you. You're right. It wasn't fast.
Your
Mickey,
like 10 minutes. Your Mickey D's, your Arby's, your Burger Kings and whatnot, Taco Bells.
I'm good on those. I think that occasionally those it's our pleasure Chick-fil-A might get me.
Right.
Maybe a couple times a month.
Oh, okay. So really not that much at all, actually. Yeah. Okay. So our question of the day is going to be, how often do you eat fast food? I think we're going to have like, 1 to 2 times a week and then over 3 or whatever. I probably eat it maybe once maybe once a week, something like that. I try not to eat it as much as possible. The reason I bring this up now is because, one of the tells of how the economy is or isn't doing is how well fast food restaurants are doing. And it is kind of one of those telling things. This is a Newsweek story, and it's why the fast food industry is telling us about the economy. And what it's saying is these fast casual places, which also have higher ticket prices as well, by the way.
Yeah, they do.
Like your Cava, your Sweet Green, Panera, Shake Shacks, all of those. Like if you get a fast food meal for, let's say, $10, $11, these places are going to be more in that $15 to maybe $18 range. Would you agree with that?
Oh, absolutely.
And that's where the separation really begins, because these places have seen some pretty big drops. 2.1%. Chipotle has dropped 4%.
Whoa.
In the second quarter. Sweet Green, which I think is like a salad place, like your Sweet Tomatoes kind of place.
I was thinking that.
That's dropped 7.2%.
Whoa.
In the second quarter. And those are big drops, man. That's a lot of loss. And one of the reasons why is...
I would imagine money.
Cost.
It is cost. It's the fast food places coming in with all these great fast deals now.
Right.
Because you remember when the economy, when even the idea that the tariffs were going to cause maybe an economic kind of slowdown, these restaurants kind of answered in kind, remember?
Oh yeah, McDonald's their dollar menu or whatever, the chicken, the McWraps came back,
and it didn't even stop there. Like Chili's did that thing, that 3 for $10 or whatever it was, where you could go into Chili's, get the burger, fries, and a drink for under $10.
Right.
All of that has destroyed some of that fast casual sit down, because people are now taking advantage of these value meals being offered up by McDonald's and other vendors of that nature.
I know there was a study that was out last week where they found that more American households are getting their food items from Dollar Generals.
Yeah.
Because, again, it's cheaper to get it there.
And they're also buying food with leftovers. What do you think's leading that? What company showed a 5.6% increase in sales when everybody else is dropping down? And when you think about it, it makes perfect sense.
Reusable containers.
Food products.
Yeah.
Food products.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Domino's Pizza.
Oh.
Because here's the thing, you can buy a pie for like $11, $12.
Right.
Buy an entire pizza, that feeds your family, and sometimes if it's just you can buy that. Everybody has a slice, and maybe there's a slice left over.
Well, then you get Little Caesars. You get that cheaper.
Yeah, and that's what they say. Papa John's also returned a really big return to growth after 2 straight quarters of loss. McDonald's has outperformed by leaning heavily into their value menus as well. Their same store sales rose 2.5% in quarter 2 because of their $5 combo deal. So it's funny, and Chili's did this thing called that 3 for Me, starting at $10. That drove a 31% increase in their sales.
Well, $10.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't eat fast food and get a burger, a fry, and a drink for $10.
Taco Bell's has a $5 meal, or I guess you could get a couple tacos and maybe a drink or something for $5. That's killing right now as well. It says that Sweet Green started charging for every small thing you would add to the bowl. That base price is like $16.
Okay.
And they're saying, there's no way I'm doing that. Because have you ever been to those places?
No.
It's awesome. The food is delicious, but man, when you get that tab, you just cannot believe it.
I realize I have to up my number. It's not just twice a month.
Oh, you get called out?
No, I just remembered it's not technically fast food.
I love
but
this.
I don't know. When you get a hot dog in like less than 2 minutes.
Yeah, Jack.
At Costco.
Yeah.
And it's $1.61 with tax
Yeah.
and a Coca-Cola.
Jack, why are you lying to us?
I'm not lying. I just remembered and I'm telling.
That Costco dog.
$1.61 with tax with the soda. Coca-Cola.
How do you beat that?
They switch from Pepsi to Coke.
They saw that slice
It's a
deal.
lost leader for them.
They saw the slice deal too, right?
Yeah,
Where it's a
it's a couple
slice of
bucks.
pizza and a drink for like $2.50.
Yeah, but it's crap pizza.
Whoa,
It's not
dude, that my friend, that may be the hottest take you've ever had.
Get out. It's not that good.
It's not that bad either.
Which one are you
I
talking
can take
about?
you to a chain pizza that's way worse than that Costco pizza.
Sure. Yeah. Chain pizza is what you get. I'm a mom and pop pizza guy. Because I made one of my first jobs was making pizza in Jersey.
What was the name of that place you made pizza at in Jersey? What city?
Martyrs.
What city are you from?
Dumont.
Do you know
Dumont, New Jersey, Bergen County.
Do you know where Newton is by any chance? Newton, New
I've
Jersey?
heard of it.
That's there's a place there called Dominic's or something that's supposed to be the best pizza in New Jersey. There's a list out for the best pizza in every state. I thought maybe I was hoping that would be your place.
A lot of people say that.
Yeah, of course they do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's all
man.
subjective.
It says fast casual chains are trying to respond. Kava has added about 50,000 loyalty members in a week, and new accounts at 8 million users. They're increasing their protein portions. Added a $13 loyalty exclusive bowl, and sales have continued to decline. So even though what happens is you get a reputation for being expensive, and people don't want to hear about your deals. Like, that's how it is for me. Like, if you have a reputation for being expensive, I understand what I'm getting into when I go in.
Right.
And I will tell you, this is exactly how it is. I got a sandwich this weekend from a place in Mount Dora. I made a post about it. It was simply amazing. It really was. But it was an expensive sandwich.
Oh, that's not a cheap place.
It's not cheap, but here's the thing.
It's quality.
You get a sandwich that you eat half of and take the other half and put away and have that for dinner and had that for lunch today. So really, I did pay $17 for a sandwich. That sounds like a lot, but that's 2 meals. So really, I paid $8 for dinner that night and $8 for lunch today. And it worked out great. And my wife was the same way. She took her half to work this morning as well. And we find ourselves doing more and more of that. Like, we eat Chinese food with fast food a lot because when you order Chinese food, you get a lot of food for your money. So even though it may be like $30 or $40, we realize that it's just not that meal. That's maybe 2, maybe 3 more meals when you get like the large lo mains and rices. Man, that stuff lasts forever. It's great.
It helps out.
Yeah. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Putin came to the States to talk to Donald Trump, and I saw something that I think I've heard of before that these guys do when they travel, but I'm not sure. I'll bring it up next.
Something on your mind? Text us at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
There's a couple accidents to keep an eye out for on the roadways here. 2 left lanes are blocked on US 27 northbound at Florence Villa Grove. There's a crash getting cleared up on Apopka Vineland Road southbound at Point Cypress Drive. Look out for an accident reported on State Road 434 near I-4. The roadways might be wet out there in your area, so travel with caution. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Starbucks. Savor every last drop of summer with Starbucks. From bold refreshers to rich cold brews, the sunniest season only gets better with a handcrafted iced beverage in your hand. Available for a limited time. Your summer favorites are ready at Starbucks.
Guys, tired of blurry vision and the hassle of glasses? I understand. And the Philadelphia Eye Institute does as well. They've been earning Central Florida's trust for over 35 years with more than 65,000 successful LASIK procedures performed. And I know that firsthand. My son and my father-in-law are 2 of those people. And right now, you can schedule your free LASIK exam and get $500 off each eye. That's right, $1,000 in savings if you elect a procedure. This offer is for a limited time, so call 800-EYE-EXAM today to get started. That's 800-EYE-EXAM. It's the Philadelphia Eye Institute. Trusted, local, life-changing.
If you want to buy or sell your home quickly, call Nick Lee. For a guaranteed cash offer, visit theNickLeeGroup.com.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, is back in Vegas.
T-Mobile Arena.
Streaming live only on Hulu. A weekend full of superstar performances. And keep listening for the next chance to win your way there.
Capital One is the proud presenting partner of iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
It's the summer clearance event at Greenway Kia, and the race is on to sell 500 new Kias this month. Every new Kia is clearance price with savings up to $18,000 off MSRP. And when you trade in your vehicle, over 40 Greenway dealerships compete to buy it, meaning you could get up to $10,000 over Kelley Blue Book value. Best of all, our friendly, non-commissioned sales team is here to help, not hustle. I'm Joe Rossi, and we want to see you in a Greenway Kia.
Example stock TG004814. Negative equity refinanced expires 9/7/25.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news, commercial and SBA loan rates are falling too. Get a quote to refinance your business loan today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
ThatmortgageguyDon.com.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Premier Men's Medical Center restores your sex life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate erectile dysfunction and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To restore your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
A golf instructor who knows technique can improve an aspiring pro swing. But one who really cares can help transform a career.
There he is, your new champion.
When you team up with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable. At Truist, we believe the same is true for banking. Truist, leaders in banking, unwavering in care. Truist Bank, member FDIC, leading based on top 10 U.S. commercial bank.
If you've been in a big truck accident, you better have a lawyer who understands the traffic rules for big trucks.
And a lawyer who can navigate the hundreds of laws that can complicate your case.
At Farah and Farah, we're ready to go the long haul to fight for you. Orlando.
At Racetrack, you'll find everything you need to get through the day ahead.
The morning hits hard when you get up early. You're obviously tired and looking surly.
Grab some made-in-store breakfast, freshly ground coffee, ice-cold drinks, delicious hot food, and snacks all in one stop.
The day is long and can feel like a grind, but you'll get fully stocked and everything will be fine.
Racetrack is here to keep you going.
An all-day haul to get you through.
Racetrack, whatever gets you going.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
You hear that? That's Mike sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. That's because Mike was smart this time. He took ZQL Ultra to fall asleep fast, stay asleep longer, and get the deeply restorative sleep he needs. So now he wakes up refreshed and ready to conquer Mondays.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Ultra. Not for colds, just for sleep. Really great sleep. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for Paul Davis Restoration. Look, as a Floridian, you understand the weather can change quickly and be damaging to your home or your business. Whether it's storm or water damage, fire, smoke, or mold, Paul Davis is ready 24/7 with the experience and care to get your life back on track. They'll dry, clean, repair, and restore. They'll do it fast and professionally every single step of the way. Call Paul Davis Restoration, serving all of Central Florida at 407-629-6700. When things go wrong, Paul Davis does what's right.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
So I don't know what type of deals you're talking about, because I sat down for the first time at a McDonald's in probably months with my wife and my son. We had 3 value meals and the bill was $45. And that's just ridiculous. And I sat there just staring at the receipt, thinking of when I was my son's age, we could feed 5 of us for under 20.
Oh yeah.
Jack, that shirt is so awesome. If I ever go solar, that's the company I'm going with, just because of that shirt. I love heavy metal, I love Slayer, and that's so clever. Good marketing, you'll get my business. Bad marketing, annoying marketing, I will never use you. I don't care how good you are. So take note, advertisers.
That's interesting.
Yeah, this is Solar Source, and they were at our poker tournament. They sponsored our Solar Source final table. Obviously, I and also Russ on the morning show endorse Solar Source, but this is one of their shirts where they do knockoffs on regular shirts. This one is a knockoff on a Slayer shirt, but it says Solar instead of Slayer.
That's so funny.
But I've got a Star Wars one. They've got a few different ones. They have a lot of fun with it, which is great.
Isn't it weird? It's kind of odd what that guy says. By the way, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. I'm Jim, and Deb and Jack are here as well. That he says that he will only buy from clever marketers. He doesn't really care about the product. That's a little wild, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a hell of a take.
It is. And
hey, if you can con me, I'll buy it.
Right,
but if it's good,
I don't buy into that. What I like about Solar Source is they're a great company with the most experience in our market. But it's about the product. Even when, when companies, they may have someone who they step astray, and it's Paramount, Chick-fil-A, the Home Depot thing I mentioned earlier. If you have a good product and that it fits my need, I'm going to go there.
Sure, yeah.
So it's,
it's the same reason you don't see a lot of Apple commercials. You do see them occasionally. Usually they're epic. The reason why is the product really kind of sells itself.
Right.
It's the highest possibility. It's the highest level of personal electronics I believe you can buy. Most reliable. I think they've made their reputation known. I think they're the second biggest company on earth. But yeah, I think NVIDIA maybe just took them over. I'm not 100 on that.
Ooh.
Yeah, look and see, Jack. I think they have a multi-trillion-dollar valuation. I know that Apple does. I think they're in that $2 or $3 trillion valuation thing for Apple. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Do you know what I'm talking about when the dignitaries come into town? What happens, especially with people like Putin?
No.
Yeah. It's interesting. I heard this today, and I think we've talked about this before. Did you get the number?
So I'm looking at the largest. Whether you go by revenue, profit, market cap. Walmart holds the title for the largest company by revenue. Then Saudi Aramco is the world's most profitable company. And NVIDIA has recently emerged as the largest company by market capitalization.
Yeah. That's what I was about. Apple's not even in the top 5?
So when you look at the biggest companies in the world, Apple is definitely in there. It's like you got Alphabet, Microsoft, Apple, United Healthcare Group, Berkshire Hathaway, NVIDIA, and JP Morgan Chase.
Yeah. It's amazing stuff. I thought they were actually in the $1 trillion valuation thing. Yeah, because it says here this is an AI overview. It says the world's most valuable company is NVIDIA with a market value of $4.4 trillion.
Yeah. Apple is the third largest by market cap.
Yeah, and then it goes Microsoft and then Apple. Yeah, big company. And I forgot what we were talking about because I got on that sidetrack.
Oh, it was the thing about the thing?
The thing about the thing? No, I was going to talk about the other thing with the poop. Because
poop case?
Yeah, the poop case. I remember hearing this, but I didn't know if you had, Deb, that when I guess the dignitaries come to a different country,
right,
especially like that, they actually save their
excrement,
they save their waste.
Why?
In other words, because they don't want anybody scanning or analyzing their waste to find out if they have health issues.
What medications they might be taking.
Yeah.
All of it.
All of that stuff.
So they keep the poop?
So yeah, they do. Like, so when the Russians come in, if Vlad has to go to the bathroom, he goes into a bag.
Oh, he's like it's on the poop cruise.
He's like he's on the poop cruise.
Oh,
right?
I watched that over the weekend.
Oh, did you really?
I did, yeah.
But
I think it's a special toilet, and where it's collected, and then they
vacuum seal it.
They bring it with them, like on the plane?
I believe so.
Really? Did not know that.
Well,
so
I dispose of it in Mother Russia.
Yeah. But I mean, I guess if you were to come in and you go to a meeting room in an area, do you have to go all the way back to the airplane to go to the bathroom?
Or in your hotel room, I have a feeling they carry this in the case and they set it up in his room.
Remember in days of old when you were part of the Privy Council for the king, that meant you carried his privy. So that wherever he had to relieve himself in whatever hallway or whatever,
he just did it.
He just dropped trow, and apparently it was quite the esteemed job to have.
Was it really?
No pun on the steam.
Well, the funny thing, I thought it wasn't so much Putin doing this. So that means wherever Donald Trump goes, if he goes to, let's say, any other country for a meeting or some type of diplomacy, that somebody has to follow Donald Trump around and hold his bag. Oh man,
McDonald's kind of looks good going. I mean,
do they incinerate it? So when they get back to America, let's say he goes over for like a G7 or some meeting of that nature, and he's over there for multiple days or whatever. So do they keep it, get it back to the U.S., and then incinerate it?
I would assume.
Yeah, I would imagine they would inspect it to make sure that there wasn't anything poisonous or anything.
Yeah, maybe so. But I would think that you would come back, because you don't just bring that back and flush it, right? I mean, you bring that back and it still has to go through another process. Well, if you're protecting that information that severely.
They could, because if you bring it back into the States where you feel you have control, you're not worried about other entities intercepting it.
Yeah, but I mean, there could be other bad actors, and if you think about that,
absolutely,
if you're in the White House and you're a bad actor and you are the poop privy guy and you scoop a sample beforehand, could you? I mean,
scoop a sample.
What do you think a sample? These are important diplomacy questions, everybody. Come on.
Vladimir Putin.
How much do you think a slide, slide of Trump's doo-doo, how much do you think, like on the open market, if I went to the dark web and I said, I have a fecal sample from President Trump, how much is that going for? How much is a fecal sample from the President of the United States worth to a foreign adversary?
Can you get someone's DNA from that?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Absolutely. Are you kidding?
Okay, then
it's cellular, is it not?
Priceless.
Yeah.
Well,
remember the last James Bond movie?
I don't.
It's with your DNA. They can target drugs to only kill people with this certain DNA.
Oh,
wow. So yes, DNA can be extracted from feces. It's a common practice in various fields, including medicine, ecology, and forensic science. Fecal DNA testing can be used to detect diseases. So, yeah.
So those gut biome places now, that's a big thing that's happening right now, where you send in a sample of your like a fecal sample, and they scan it to find out what's going on in your gut biome.
Yeah.
So that you can maybe, dial up a diet that's more healthy for you, or maybe take something out of your diet that isn't healthy for you. So that's happening a lot. So we know that technology is there for sure. What would be the number one thing you would glean from that information? It would have to be disease information, right? That's the number one thing they're going for.
Maybe medications being taken
for bad actors.
Oh, could you imagine
if you knew he took a certain pill, then you infiltrate that?
Right,
an
exactly.
Antidepressant?
Yeah.
That's what it would have to be, right?
Yeah.
Well, I guess it could be an opioid.
No. I mean, think about it. No, they'd be testing to see, is he taking heart medication? Is he taking any kind of medication for something chronic? Maybe he has cancer, and they're not telling world leaders. You could glean all kinds of medical. Is he diabetic?
He's almost 80, right? So, we know he probably, and I think it's already kind of verified, he's on a couple of meds, right? I think he's on heart medication and one other, if I remember right, because I think they revealed that during one of his doctor's visits that basically said, hey, the president takes this, so many milligrams or whatever, but I think he takes a couple meds a day. But I would agree. I would think that if you found out the president of the United States was taking an antidepressant medication, that would be spectacularly bad.
No, I would think it would be on course for being president of the United States.
But what I'm saying is,
I'd be surprised if you're not taking an antidepressant.
If you're trying to weaponize that, either as an adversary here at home or as a foreign adversary, I think that would be very valuable information to be able to exploit. Would it be worse than like having a painkiller or something in? I think antidepressant would be the worst thing you could find in a stool sample, wouldn't it? If you're a foreign, you don't think so?
No, because again, if he's taking a heart medication, and let's say a foreign adversary finds that out, and they can do something with that medication that would counter that medication, I would think that you're thinking of the PR standpoint.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the poisoning. The adversary gets a hold of that information the next meal they have overseas.
That's the threat I was
really. That's wild.
That's the threat I'm thinking.
I would think diplomatically that's the end game. Like, if you take out somebody who is, like the president of the U.S., that's one thing. But I think wouldn't it almost be more valuable in today's society to have the information verified that your president is on an antidepressant medication, considering the kind of aura that's around that?
Not
so
after
what does
everything
that do?
else that we've learned.
What's the value of it, really?
Yeah,
exploiting that and telling America that their president is unstable and needs medication to make it through every day. You don't think that has value in the electoral world?
I don't think antidepressants are that much of a stigma.
You don't think so, dude?
Not anymore.
Really?
I think they're a lot more common.
I didn't say that they weren't common, but we're not talking about a common person. We're talking about the leader of the free world.
Who is a regular person.
Yeah, I understand that, Jack, but a regular person with a super interesting job of keeping the most powerful country in the world protected.
Yeah.
And sovereign, right?
Yeah.
I would think that would be important information. Maybe I'm wrong here. I don't know.
You know what? I'd say give them more mood stabilizers. I
don't know. For some reason, I believe that if you had that information, that would be kind of embarrassing. Let me ask you this then. Do you think if he was on them that they would voluntarily tell us?
No, I think most of that stuff you want to keep private. Most of that stuff, you have a right as a person, but as an elected official, they do release a lot of your medical records as far as the physical and whatnot.
Right.
But there's some that's just, I just think for the protection of the person in the job, some things you keep private.
Yeah, I understood. I think one of the reasons why, and I do believe that antidepressants have been maybe normalized a little bit, but I do believe that the fact that you agree that we agree that they would not release that voluntarily still leads me to believe that there's enough stigma where they'd be a little afraid of it.
What's worse than depressive? Let's say he's on medication for dementia.
Yeah, that's way different. Right. Now, that's way different. I think
or
that's almost in the same vein. Oh, my God.
ED would be worse for him. And
could you imagine?
I would take I think he would say, no, it's not ED. It's an antidepressant.
Oh, yeah, no, Jack. That's a great question. If he had the choice and they said, hey, look, we did this scan and it shows you have an antidepressant, you have an ED, and you have, I think the dementia is the winner there, hands down, right?
Thank you, Real Mobile, 770.
Yeah, I think hands down dementia would be the worst. But between ED and antidepressants, I think he would want people to know he's on antidepressants first.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No problem there.
We got this stool sample. It's pure blue. And it bounces. All right, 407-916-1041. You can always text us at 77031. What if they found weed in his pee? I would almost be like high five happy there if I found
he's straight edge.
If they found he's way straight edge. No alcohol, no drugs.
That's what he says.
I believe it.
Well, yeah, no alcohol, no drugs, but he's big on McDonald's. How often does the president have fast food?
Every day.
Is it?
I think it's every day.
Yeah.
Really?
I think he trusts McDonald's more than he trusts anybody making him food. And I think he's pretty much steak and potatoes every day. He doesn't hit me as a vegetable guy.
All right, I'll say this. Never expected this person to text us at 77031
Putin?
saying a Russian class ring would be the worst thing they could find in there.
Yeah.
Didn't expect it from you, but that's funny AF, dude.
Yeah, I think maybe for him, for Trump specifically, I would think maybe an ED med would be the worst.
That would be the worst. That hits right at...
Because here's the thing, antidepressant, you're right. You guys are 100% right. It's hard to mock somebody for taking an antidepressant. And I think there would be a certain faction of most of the world that would be like, I get it. We all maybe need a little something in this very stressful time as AI kind of comes forward and these, global politics is a little weird right now, right? I would think that the ED meds would be way worse. And I think that would be almost more politicized and weaponized than any other information. Because with the dementia thing, I think at that point, your own party or the party kicks in and says, well, what's best for the country? And I think that may be a bilateral scenario there.
An antidepressant is not that big a deal. I think antipsychotic medication would be more eyebrow-raising than antidepressant medication.
And if you can't get it up, it is pretty psychotic. So, let's see. All right. 407-916-1041. You can always text us at 77031. Do you think you can get a virus or a disease from a toilet seat? This has been something that's been said for years, right? Oh, no, I got that from a toilet seat.
Yeah.
Do you think you can actually get a disease or a virus from a toilet seat?
Very, very difficult.
You think so?
Yeah.
What do you think, Jack?
Yes.
You think have to be fresh.
You think it's hard or you think it's easier than you think?
Easier than you think.
You think so? I'll tell you the answer next.
Real radio is
The monsters in the morning. And then dragons will burn the whole earth down.
Dragons were never real, Amber.
Really?
No, they were not ever real.
I'm pretty sure dragons were real. If alligators exist, they were just ones with wings on them.
We'll look that up.
Are you guys serious? Dragons weren't real?
That really hurt.
The monsters in the morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast. And for our Monday, we are going to be expecting a typical summer-like day across Central Florida with temperatures climbing to a high of around 93 degrees in Orlando with around a 60% chance of some scattered afternoon showers and storms. These will be packing a lot of lightning and heavy rainfall, so keep that in mind if you have any sort of outdoor plans this afternoon. We'll see slightly lower chances of rain as we head into tomorrow and Wednesday, with temperatures right around the low 90s for highs. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Wherever the drive takes you, we're here to help keep you on the road. Whether it's back-to-school drop-offs or weekend getaways, Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Your drive starts here. Go to VIOC.com for money-saving coupons or to find a location near you.
Hey, everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Eustace Roofing. Man, if you've been in business since 1959, you got to be doing something right, and these guys have. That's right. They opened up 65 years ago, providing Central Florida all over with incredible craftsmanship and great roofs, and you need one as storm season starts to bump up. You definitely want to make this move. 2021, they were the National Roofing Company of the Year. These guys offer no interest financing. They serve all of Central Florida, and they are metal roofing experts. They manufacture it right on site, so it fits your home perfectly. And they may be able to satisfy your insurance carrier by either cleaning or rejuvenating your roof, adding years to it. You need to do this. Just get with Eustace Roofing today and schedule your free estimate. It's eustaceroofing.com. The real roofers, real craftsmen, real professionals, and real experts. It's Eustace Roofing.
We all remember that one teacher who made a difference. Now's your chance to say thank you in a big way. iHeartRadio's Thank a Teacher, powered by Donors Choose. Nominate an outstanding teacher in your life to be among the winners of $5,000 to stock their classroom at iHeartRadio.com/teachers.
Mix and match scents to create your own unique scent combo that is as unique as you are. Mix, match, more happy with Gain.
Grab your tickets now for the Pirates and Parrots Festival August 30th at Evans Park in Mount Dora, featuring the Land Sharks, the ultimate Jimmy Buffett tribute band. The party starts at noon with vendors, tailgating, drinks, food trucks, VIP seating, and good vibes. Go to piratesandparrotsfestival.com.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. In Office Orlando.
There's a vile sickness in Abbottstown. You must excise it. Dig into the deep earth and cut it out.
From iHeart Podcasts and Grim and Mild from Aaron Mahnke, this is Havoc Town, a new fiction podcast set in the Bridgewater audio universe. Listen to Havoc Town on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Havoc Town and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
The Summer of Laughs continue Saturday, August 23rd at the Mount Dora Music Hall. Witness the universally adored and slightly unstable Sabrina Ambra from The News Junkie. Joined by the extremely funny Miguel Colon, Emily Fontano, DK Reinemer, Ken Miller, and C-Lane. Plus the Angel of Boom, Angel Rivera, spitting the soundtrack to your next favorite memory. The greatest night in human history. A comedy event so epic, scientists are still trying to measure it. Doors at 6:30, show at 8. Sponsored by Discover Lake County. Tickets available at MountDoraMusicHall.com.
Sunnyside Drains.
My shower's clogged. I think it needs to be snaked.
A snake? Where?
No, a plumbing snake.
Is it near me?
I should have called Frank Gay.
I'm hiding under the desk for safety.
I'm calling Frank Gay.
For clogged drains in your home, trust our highly trained techs who aren't afraid of a little snake. That's the Frank Gay way.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
If you're shopping for hurricane impact windows, make sure to get a free quote from my friends at Reese Windows and Doors. Hey, it's C-Lane, and at Reese they've been installing affordable, high-quality impact windows for over 50 years. Most impact windows are installed in less than 8 weeks, and right now when you buy 2 windows, you get 1 free, plus installation is included. For a free quote, visit ReeseWindows.com. That's REECE Windows.com.
Planning a trip to Orlando? After the rides and roller coasters, keep the fun going at the legendary Cocoa Beach, the closest beach to Orlando. Whether you're surfing the waves, paddling with dolphins, or kayaking alongside gentle manatees, Cocoa Beach is where adventure meets relaxation. So, when you visit Orlando, don't just stop at the theme parks. Add some sand, surf, and sunshine to your trip to Cocoa Beach on Florida's Space Coast. Visit legendarycocobeach.com today.
An official message from Medicare.
I turned 65 this year. I knew it was time to figure out Medicare, and I had questions, like when to enroll and how to enroll. So I went straight to the official source, Medicare.gov, to get the facts about Medicare. I found answers to all my questions, and I'm ready to get started. And so can you. Just go to Medicare.gov to get the real facts about Medicare.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hello, I'm Joe Cordell, founder of Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is complicated, especially when your small business or professional practice is involved. At Cordell & Cordell, we understand that these assets raise unique valuation and allocation issues. For 35 years, we've helped doctors, lawyers, and small business owners navigate divorce with confidence. Call us at Cordell & Cordell. Let me tell you, I understand on a personal level, your business is much more than a job. It's your legacy.
Orlando, Florida. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois. CordellCordell.com.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
afternoon, Colbert and Company. It's Concrete Mike. Man, I'll tell you, there's no better way to relax and de-stress in this state than going out and kayaking and paddling and swimming the Weeki Wachee River. Me and my wife were out there for 10 hours on Saturday.
Wow.
We hit the water at 8 a.m. and we didn't get back to the boat ramp until 6 p.m.
Sweet.
But, man, it was a much-needed break after all the nonsense I've been through. Hope y'all having a good...
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that, Mike. Good to hear from you.
Yeah, you needed that.
Yeah, you guys ever been over there? That whole
No.
area? Gosh, it's just absolutely stunning.
Is it?
Yeah, it's beautiful, man. That river is awesome. I think, a number of people I know for years have been going over there and paddleboarding. We went over there for a camping trip one time. On the way back, stopped at a place. It's a little restaurant that's right on that river. And, man, we were sitting there eating lunch. I'm like, why are we here? Why are we here and not over there? Like paddling down the river, just floating down on a tube. It was great.
That's something I wish I'd take more advantage of, doing that, finding it, actually going out and doing it.
Like around the springs and stuff?
Yes.
It's so easy and so cheap. It's just making plans. I mean, the thing is, it's just like going to the beach. You pack up and go to the beach. You could pack up and go do that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many. If you're going to do one, I will tell you, man, around here's great. The runs are really short, though. Got to go up to Itchtuckney.
Yeah.
Got to run the Itchtuckney River. It's so crazy. All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show here on Real Radio. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Mm-hmm.
So Jack says yes. Deb says no. Can you catch diseases from the toilet seat? This is a BBC story. If you want to read the entire thing, I'll, of course, have to compress it for this short segment. But the short answer is...
yes.
No.
Boo.
The long answer is, in the right scenario,
Yeah.
it could get gnarly. It could get bad. It says here.
Like C. diff, though.
What do you mean?
C. diff is one where you get, like, not only do you have to clean, but bleach doesn't kill it. Like, when someone in your family has C. diff, they're supposed to, no one else should use that toilet, or...
Wow. Someone texted.
It's similar to people going through chemo, how you treat the
Right.
facility at the house.
Yeah, because if somebody is going through chemo in your house, you can't use the same toilet as them.
Right.
Yeah, this is way different. So it says here, once you set foot in a public toilet, it can be impossible to resist the overwhelming feeling of ick. And, of course, when you go in after somebody who's got one of these issues with anything in a public toilet, what are you going to see? The toilet covered in toilet paper. They basically mummify the toilet so they can sit down. And what they think they're doing is helping, but let me tell you, it's not, because any of the pathogens that could make it through direct contact are going to make it through that toilet paper as well. But no, you're not going to get an STD from a toilet seat. So if your boyfriend or girlfriend has ever sold you that, they're lying to you.
Oh, STD. Now you're getting more specific.
Hold on, yeah, because it covers a bunch of things here.
Right.
So it covers a bunch of... It says, take STDs. Most of the bacteria and viruses that cause them, from gonorrhea to chlamydia, simply can't survive for that long outside of an organism's body. It needs the host. Like cold, hard surfaces like a toilet seat aren't going to work for that. But Jack kind of hit it on the head. There are a number of things that will last past that. Matter of fact, one of them, and I'll get it, it's at the bottom of the story here, requires a 10% bleach concentrate to make it through this protein shell. And we learned this through COVID, right? Remember? We learned that washing your hands with warm water and using soap,
yeah.
one of the reasons that happens is this. These viruses are encoded in a protein shell. So imagine like a peanut M&M, where the peanut and chocolate part are the protection part, the M&M is, or the peanut is the virus, right? So what the solution in hot water does is it melts away that protein shell and kills the virus with contact. Immediately kills it on contact. It's getting through that shell is what matters. Mostly alcohol, like the hand sanitizers, warm water, and soap will do it every single time. Some of them have much tougher shells to make it through, and you need a much stronger concentration of cleaner or water to get through that.
Well, somebody texted us at 77031 and said the hepatitis B virus can live on a sidewalk in the sun for 2 hours.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. The one thing that can live longer is the HPV virus, which can cause genital warts. It can stick around for up to a week on surfaces. So what they say is, and then you know about the toilet sneeze, right?
Is that after you flush?
Yeah.
That microscope, that spray?
And that's weird because a lot of public bathrooms these days don't have toilet covers.
No.
And what they tell you to do, especially if you're in a stall and you're going in a public place like that, that you probably want to, flush that toilet and kind of get out of there as quickly as you can, because even though you can't see it, it's in the air.
Oh, yeah.
You're getting that for sure. And it says, so should I cover the toilet seat? Nah, you shouldn't do that because it doesn't really matter. It says 63% of Americans sit down when they use a public toilet, but about half of those first line the seat with that toilet roll. The poll found that some 20% squat instead. They do the hover method. They don't ever touch the seat because of this. Yeah. It said that layer of toilet paper.
No, that's not good for you.
It ain't doing nothing. It
no,
says it's
actually,
not doing
hovering
anything.
is not good because you don't fully empty your bladder. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, a lot of times that will lead to more UTIs.
Really? I didn't know
because you're not fully relaxing and getting everything out of your bladder.
It said the most dangerous thing that can happen to you in a bathroom is when you touch the toilet seat or the flush mechanism. That's a lot of them are hands off now, but that's the number one thing. It says you obviously should be washing your hands after going to the bathroom in a public place. There's no question, but really it has very little to do with what you're doing yourself. What it has to do is what you're touching that other people have touched while they're doing it. So never, ever, ever put your hands to your mouth in a public bathroom. Ever. Even touching the door handle coming in.
Always use the shirt. Well, going in, I'll use my elbow or a part of my arm that isn't going to come into contact.
Right, yeah.
When leaving, most of the time, if the garbage can is right next to the door, I'll use the paper toweling I just used to dry my hands to pull the door open.
That's it.
Use my foot to keep it open and then throw the paper toweling away so I don't come into... Because I worry less about what my butt comes into contact with than what your hands.
It's your hands are the problem. That's
because
that is the problem. Everybody kind of worries about what their bits are touching. Their bits and pieces are touching. And really, it's not the bits and pieces that are the problem. It's the delivery method of getting your hands in your mouth and not
or your eyes or your nose.
E. coli is another one. They said that when it comes to the toilet sneeze. Yeah, it's kind of weird though because it's your toilet sneeze. But I guess maybe if you go in there and somebody else is flushing the toilet with an open thing, you have to be careful. But man, I've not heard of anybody contracting anything from a public toilet like that.
Well, in the toilet sneeze, you have to remember that even if you put the lid down, the toilet sneeze still comes out around the edges.
Yeah, yeah,
so that's why they say not to keep your toothbrush like I do in an open container.
And the most
sitting on the counter.
Oh yeah, you don't want to do that.
Oh yeah, it just builds up your immunity.
Yeah.
Why bother with it all? It only makes us stronger. Listen, we're all using our cell phones in there anyway, so that's covered in the fecal matter.
Oh yeah,
and I didn't touch the door handle, but now I'm gonna,
But the number one
play
thing,
Jewel 2 on my phone.
And they say that one of the number one things that you can catch from this is the norovirus because it's highly contagious. It's highly contagious. It does last on surfaces for a while. So one of the things they tell you,
anyone on a cruise ship,
when you walk in, you oh my God, on a cruise ship, I am like literally, I'm like a surgeon getting ready. I hold my hands in the air and they're orange from all that that bacterial killer. What's that called?
I remember Scott Maxwell saying that his kids used to use handrails until he was like, "Yep, on a cruise ship, you don't want to use the handrails.
You don't touch any of that stuff."
My wife is like, wherever we go, she's like downstairs. It's like, nope, hands to herself, and I'm always dragging my hand on the handrail.
Listen, and you're probably pretty safe, like you say. Humans are pretty resilient to this stuff. You've built up a lot of immunity over the years.
Hey, it's how we're going to survive the alien invasion,
right? But my wife, we're leaving the Kia Center last night, and we kind of took some stairs to get down to the bottom level because the elevators are all backed up. And my wife is hands in pocket, and there I am, just like Jack saying, "Dude, I mean, I can touch both of them at once." Like running both of them. Oh, look how wide I am! I can do all that. Dragging my hands across the walls, smearing it all over my face. My wife is like hands in pocket, not looking back. Yeah. All right, 407-916-1041. Again, you can always text our show at 77031. Leave a talk back if you'd like. Grab that iHeartRadio app. Go to Real Radio and send that away. We'll get you on the air in no time at all. Did you guys ever wonder how state speed limits are set? Did you ever wonder as you're going down a road, why is this 25 miles an hour?
Yeah.
Why is this 35 miles an hour? Why is this 2-lane road in the middle of nowhere 60 miles an hour? I will tell you, I read this story today, and it's kind of fascinating how they set these speed limits. I'll tell you about it next.
This season, Real Radio 104.1 is the Orlando radio home of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hear every game here, courtesy of Renewal by Anderson, official partner of the Tampa Bay Bucs.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Correction, that accident's on the express lanes of I-4 eastbound near State Road 434. Emergency crews are now blocking the left lane there. Move over and slow down. You're going to run into some of your typical delays this afternoon, and there might be some rainy conditions in your area, so travel with caution this afternoon. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Duke's Mayo. Duke's, it's got twang.
This is the Duke's Country Song. It's a song about good mayo. Duke's Mayo. It'll make any dish sing. Get Duke's Mayo in store. It's got twang.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. Time to be a hero. Man, you got to tell your friends and family about Life Imaging FLA. And look, if you have a family member or a friend that you think could benefit from this scan, get them over there, especially if they have heart disease in their family history. It is a no-brainer. This scan is such a game changer for your long-term health. It basically can let you know your heart health by looking inside with a low-dose CT scan. When I did it and I saw the images right there on the screen, could not believe it. And the cool thing is, when I took that information over to my doctor, they looked at it the same way. Like, they were amazed. I had a 0 calcium score. That's what you want. But the cool thing is if you don't have that and you do need issues, you find out early, you take care of that with your doctor, and you live for a much longer period of time. Remember, no dyes. You do not take your clothes off. There are no injections. This entire process only takes a few minutes. So do what I did, my wife and my in-laws. Call Life Imaging FLA. Get this free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value while you're there. Please ask about their cancer screening as well, because early detection does save lives. Here's how you make your appointment. Simply pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, and say that keyword free heart scan. That's it, guys. Pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. You will be connected in seconds. Time to make that call. Take control of your long-term health care. You have the option to receive one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Rollovers, head-on collisions, hit and runs, you name it, we've litigated it.
And while insurance companies joke about the mayhem that occurs on roadways, we've seen the real effects. Lost lives, catastrophic injury, cars crushed like soda cans. And trust us, there's nothing funny about it.
If you've been in a crash, count on our experienced attorneys to seek full justice and all the money your case is worth.
For a fairer fight, you know who to call. Farah and Farah, Orlando.
Did you catch Luisito's header?
Yeah, I just recorded it on my new Samsung A36 5G phone I got for free at Total Wireless.
Oh, I'm actually live streaming the whole match with my new Samsung Tab A9 that I also got free at Total Wireless.
I got that tablet too.
And I got that phone too. We both got both.
Go!
Switch to Total Wireless and get both the Samsung A36 5G and the Samsung Tab A9 for free. For a limited time while supplies last, valid in store. Requires new phone activation on the Total 5G Unlimited plan or higher external port and ID verification and new activation on the Total 5G Unlimited 6-month tablet plan. Restrictions apply.
It's the summer clearance event at Greenway Kia, and we're racing to sell 500 new Kias. Every new Kia is clearance priced with savings up to $18,000 off MSRP, with 0% financing now available. We've got one of the area's largest Kia inventories, and we'll make deals other dealers won't. Our friendly, non-commissioned team is here to help. If you're shopping for a new Kia, visit greenwaykias.com. I'm Joe Rossi, and we want to see you in a Greenway Kia.
Example stock TG004814. Negative equity refinanced expires 9/7/25.
Okay, Floridians, this is your last chance to save 30% on solar. Federal solar tax credits are in jeopardy. So if you've been thinking about going solar, now is the time to act, and SolarSource is the company to use. So if you've been on the fence, there's no more time to wait. Go to solarsource.com, get your estimate, and get your order in before August 31st to claim your 2025 tax credit. Slash your energy bills, beat rising utility rates, boost your home's value instantly. Go to solarsource.com and tell them Jack from Real Radio sent you.
Joining us on this episode are real Spectrum customers, Monique and Greg. We hear your family is a big fan of Spectrum.
Family of 4, we have about 18 devices last time I counted.
2 teams require a lot of speed. Everything they do is online.
There's gaming, there's streaming. Spectrum is perfect for us. I mean, it just seamlessly connects all our devices with lightning speed.
Sounds like Spectrum is really committed to keeping you connected.
It's amazing.
Ninja Frost Vault is Drink and Food's favorite cooler. The cold, dry zone that keeps food separate, dry, and fridge temp for days. No more soggy sandwiches, where heavy-duty strength meets premium ice retention. Shop at your local Sam's Club or ninjakitchen.com for the Ninja Frost Vault.
Most impact windows from Reese Windows and Doors are installed in just 6 to 8 weeks. Visit reesewindows.com.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. From car accidents to personal injury cases, Mo has you covered. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free, new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Now, your chance at $1,000 and a trip to our iHeart Radio Music Festival. Text the nationwide keyword FESTIVAL to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's FESTIVAL to 200-200.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Jimmy, I live over on the coast in the Port Orange area, and season ticket member of Orlando City, go to Solar Bear games, go to Universal. We'll time it out because I want no part of a public restroom. The public restroom is one of the most disgusting places on the planet. Changing eating habits that day, doing whatever it takes. I want no part of having to go to a public restroom.
Hi, y'all. This is Donna. And I'm just calling to say thank you to Jack for all the work he did for the poker tournament. It was magnificent. Had the best time in a long, long time. Loved seeing you, Jim, and you too, Deb. Definitely heard Jim do the rebuy at one point. Saw Jack off and on during the evening. Deb, never saw you after the pictures, but I hope you had a good time. My daughter-in-law got to the final table, so I'm happy.
Nice.
Y'all have a good one.
Thank you. Thanks for coming out. I did not rate rebuy, however.
I did once.
You were encouraging everyone to rebuy, Jim.
But I never got put out. I wanted to, but I was yelling rebuy for Sean when Code Black got put out. I was like, that guy needs a rebuy.
I was doing the same thing. Like if someone at our table, I'm like, come on, is he rebuying? Yeah. And then I just go, rebuy!
Yeah, I needled our sales manager, Andy, into rebuying at least once. And I think he wanted to. I'm like, you better get that wallet out, Richie.
That's okay. I saved him on the price of a beer because I gave him an extra beer coupon.
Yeah, very nice. All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
What's up?
AP story today. States rethink a long-held practice of setting speed limits. And I will tell you. So give me a couple guesses. I know you guys love this because here's the thing. I'm actually a little confused on this myself. How do you think that states set their state speed limits? You got to remember, like federal highways, I-4 and 75, those are set by the National Travel Safety Board or whatever it is, NTSB,
Department of Transportation.
DOT.
Right. So I would say
Transportation Safety Board.
Yeah, I don't know.
First of all, the zoning, whether it's residential, commercial, on where it is it rural? So that's the amount of activity on the street. The civil engineering aspect to it, like on roads that are based on angle, slope, and what they're rated for to be able to safely travel on that. I assume they knock off some speed for that just for safety reasons. And when it comes to, red lights are the amount of lights and the amount of distance you travel before you'll have to stop again.
Okay.
Those are the things that I think come into play when it comes to that.
Can I tell you, all of that sounds great.
Yeah.
Deb, are you on that same line about that same thing? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I would think that, population growth.
Yeah.
Like Jack said, if something is zoned residential, that you're going to see your lower speed limits versus industrial. Right. You're going to tell us it's really just a crapshoot, aren't you?
I'm going to tell you that it's going to blow your face off. Like, check this out. The reasons date back to studies on rural roads from what decade?
The 1920s.
The 1930s is the answer.
Whoa.
It says the reason dates back to studies on rural roads from the 30s and 40s that still play an outsized role in the way speed limits are set across the U.S., even in urban areas. Now, I need your help here because I do not understand what this means. But this is what they do. It says, born from research that's been widely accepted, a concept known as the 85% rule, which suggests this. A road's posted speed should be tied to the 15th fastest vehicle out of every 100 traveling in the free-flowing traffic, rounded to the nearest 5 miles per hour increment.
What?
Wow.
So it's known as the 85% rule, which means, like, if you have a road, its posted speed limit should be tied to the 15th fastest vehicle out of every 100 traveling it.
Yeah.
So theoretically, we have a road over here in Maitland,
right?
I got a ticket there because it's like a 25 or 30 mile an hour speed limit, and it's completely ridiculous.
Oh, that one, yeah, that one.
It's ridiculous. And even
I
more,
hate that road.
And even more ridiculous are roads that when you come off of an GD interstate, you're going 81 miles an hour, and then it's like 40, or even worse. But this road over in Maitland is pretty bad. The one right around from the station is like 30 miles an hour. It's a double-lane road with no stop signs and no crosswalks, no nothing.
4-lane roads with a grass median.
Right.
Right?
And
so you figured that should be 45.
Yes, minimum.
Yeah, there's no residential on it.
It's a wastewater treatment plant, so it takes you longer.
Right, exactly.
You have to drive slower to smell the doo-doo.
That's it. There's no reason why it doesn't seem like that should be 45.
And it has some sweet, sweet curves if you're going at the right speed.
You better chill out over there.
Yeah, that's where Jimmy got his ticket with the really hot trooper.
It says the concept assumes that a road's safest speed is the one most vehicles travel, neither too high or too low. So I guess what they're trying to say is this. They would sit on that road, right? And they would every 100 vehicles that come through there, they would take a percentage of those cars that are driving the normal speed that they feel comfortable with. So theoretically, like if they say open up I-4, and that was a state road, they would sit at some section in I-4 with a radar gun, and they would, as 100 people came through, they would add all that together and then figure out a mean.
Yeah, it's kind of like when they're grading on a curve, right? Not to mix metaphors here, but in school, you grade on a curve where they would drop the highest grade, drop the lowest grade, and then the next grade would be like 100, would be the top grade.
Sure,
So it's not the fastest people, but it's a step down from that, and that's where they're setting the standard.
Yeah. But it's like they're using an average of what people just think is the best thing. Like if you're on a road, like if you're on a rural road and it's a 2-lane road, like I don't like 2-lane roads being 60 and 70 miles an hour, but there are a number of those in the Central Florida area where even on a 2-lane road, head-to-head traffic, the speed limit's 60, 65 miles an hour.
Well, 520 was like that.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And that was and they used to call it what?
Yeah.
Bloody 520.
Yeah.
Because there'd be so many wrecks on that road from people coming back from the beach hammered or just acting a damn fool. It's a long stretch of road. It's 65 miles an hour.
It used to be. It only had 3 passing lanes, and so you would pass, and you're in the oncoming traffic.
Right.
Yeah.
Look, can I tell you something? I would be perfectly fine if they set aside money in the state of Florida to go from city to city to find these areas where the speed limits just aren't working. Man, you know that road that Deb and I take home? It's a major road. It's the 414 to the 429. For people who live out of the area, these are major connecting highways with 65 and 70 mile an hour speed limits, right? Just a major highway, lots of traffic going high speed.
You get to 46.
Right. At one point, when this thing stops, it goes from 75 or 70 down to 45, down to 35 in 1 mile.
Mm-hmm.
And it just goes, you basically have to start slamming on your brakes to not be and it actually takes work to get down to that speed so that you're not violating the speed limit before you hit this curve, which you could easily take at 45 or 50.
I noticed it in New Mexico when I was driving to Carlsbad Cavern.
Right.
So driving from, the Area 51 area, driving south through New Mexico, and it's a highway, but then you come up on these rural a little town.
Right.
And that's it. So it would go from 70, and as you're approaching a town, then it's 60, 50, 40, 30. You go through town, then it's 30, 40, 50, 60. You know,
right
and then it
back
goes
up,
right up. But you know, every time you came into a town, it would drop.
And sometimes you can see those signs from the one you're passing. Like you can literally see it dropping.
You can see the
when
next
you pass
one.
the 45, you can see the 35 one coming up.
Yeah.
And it says here that 80 is the new 55. So back in the 70s when they did 55 miles an hour, they were trying to save, or create a gas mileage scenario.
Yeah. Well, look at the cars.
Yeah,
Your regular car will smoothly drive 80. Like, remember, 55 in a much older car, it felt all of it.
Well, And not to mention, you're driving a gigantic V8 in a car that weighs 5,500 pounds because they were all sleds back in the day, and they wanted you to maximize your gas mileage. And of course, that was leaded gas back then as well.
It was like an Apollo, capsule on re-entry. Right. It's just...
Somebody just texted at 77031. I'm a state employee for FDOT, professional engineer specializing in traffic engineering. The 85th percentile is our main way of setting speeds. Unless we're designing or redesigning a road, then we will build that new road to match the speeds we want drivers to drive at.
And that 85% thing goes back to the 30s.
How did they figure out speed back then? They didn't have radar, right?
But they could do math with it because when you cross a certain point and then cross another point, they just do the time.
Yeah, remember those tests?
Yeah, do the old time
the
thing.
train station,
exactly
and they lose the station, and don't even. Yeah,
and if you add another train to it, I just leave class.
I need more time on this one. Don't tell me time's up.
I just reach in my backpack and crack a beer and just
exactly
just yammer. It says amid growing public pressure, there's a certain township that is asking the county engineers to analyze whether this one speed is too high or whatever. And the surprising answer is no, that's actually 5 miles an hour too low for this area.
Wow.
Yeah, because there's a woman, how this whole thing got started, there was a woman that started complaining to her township that the road in front of her house, people are going too fast. And the city came back and said, ma'am, you might want to be quiet. It's actually too low for this area. It should be 5 miles an hour higher than what it is right now based on this 85% thing.
Oh, yeah. West Texas is 85 miles an hour.
Oh, yeah. That little stretch.
Well, there's nothing there. Yeah.
Well, you can do that in New Mexico.
Yeah.
Literally, Jack and I went out there. There are areas in New Mexico when you're driving between these little towns where it's 150 miles of just a dead straight 2-lane road.
Make sure you have gas.
You could just floor it.
And beautiful highways, too.
Oh, yeah.
Not a pothole.
The infrastructure is beautiful.
They recently did this, the 434, the stretch that runs through Winter Springs from, 1792 to the 417. That stretch used to be 45 the entire way. And then they started meddling, and they it even got to 50 at one point.
Right.
They dropped it to 45 is the max. Then there's sections that are 40 and sections that are 35.
Wow.
And that's the stretch that I do every day, that 1 mile stretch.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, it's...
Because those rural roads, and of course those rural roads, that's what's being policed. I mean, for every time you get pulled over on a major highway, you're going to get pulled over 4 times going through a neighborhood too fast here. They say under 20 is plenty. This is a campaign that's running in Madison, Wisconsin.
Okay.
And it says it's been changing signs across the city this summer, and they're actually lowering the speed limit from 25 to 20 miles an hour.
Oh, I hate that.
Seattle did the same thing, and they saw a 7% drop in the speed and the crashes, and they think it works like that. But that
From 25 to 20.
To 20, yes.
Because I have some 20 in my neighborhood because I'm right next to a school.
Yeah.
But there's 20 is slow.
Yeah. It said Seattle did
That's parking lot speed.
Seattle did the same thing. I feel like I could take a 20-mile-an-hour hit. Seattle said they took this similar step in a pilot program a few years back, and not only did it see a noticeable decline in serious injury crashes, but a 7% drop in that 85th percentile speed.
Yeah.
So in other words, people basically acclimated to that speed limit after they dropped it and just kind of understood that's what it is. But that's crazy. All the speed limits you see around Central Florida, just like this guy from the DOT said, were set using a formula from 1930, which is crazy.
People weren't dumb back then. They had less technology, but they weren't dumb.
Well, dude, the Model T was only like 10 years old then, wasn't it?
Yeah.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Back in 1 sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733. Expect some rainy conditions affecting your ride just a bit, reduced visibility and slippery roadways in some areas. On the express lanes of I-4 eastbound, your State Road 434, the left lane's blocked there. Move over and slow down if you see police activity or emergency vehicles on the roadways this afternoon. And if you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by OUC.
OUC is proud to be known as the reliable one. Based on the most recent PSC data from Florida's investor-owned utilities, OUC ranked #1 in the state for reliability. Your power, our priority. Learn more at ouc.com/reliability.
Hey guys, make the most of your summer. Visit the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Of course, this is the only place where you can meet an astronaut, touch a moon rock, stand nose to nose with the actual Space Shuttle Atlantis, and so much more. Plan your visit now. Come discover something real and then launch into an unbelievable adventure at the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. We're calling all space explorers. You, my friends, can come face to face with real space and the cutting edge innovations of space exploration from NASA. Fuel your summer adventure with their Florida 4-pack offer. Right now, all the way through September 13th, Florida residents can enjoy 4 admission tickets for only $167 plus tax. Grab your tickets today and learn more at KennedySpaceCenter.com.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Want to bet on sports but no clue where to start? Millions of players are already making moves on Hard Rock Bet. Your friends might be winning. Why not you? Bet with confidence. Bets by real players help guide your picks. Go with the crowd and cash in on the wins. Any pick that catches your eye. Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us. New players bet $5 and get $150 instantly in bonus bets. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Jim Colbert Show question of the day is now live. It's in our YouTube chat. Just search Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Watch the show there. Take part in the chat. It's a lot of fun. Answer the question of the day. Today it's brought to us by We Are Beyond a Bank. I know it used to be We Are Not the Banks, but guess what? They partnered with Luminate Bank and are now more flexible than ever and more mortgage products for you. And they're licensed in all 50 states. We Are Beyond the Bank still is head by Brad Siebert and his team. They're working with Luminate Bank to give you more options when it comes to the mortgages that you need, either for your dream home. It might be commercial business lending. It could be a refinance on your home. It could be a new construction loan. What is your need? Go to wearebeyondabank.com, or there's even a new easier way. Pound 250 on your cell, and when they ask for a keyword, you say Luminate. Okay, pound 250. The keyword is Luminate. Connect with Brad Siebert today. NMLS ID number 150953, Equal Housing and Fair Lending.
Hi, I'm Susan, and I'm a school teacher, and my husband is a firefighter. One day, we got the worst call of our lives. Our son was in a serious accident. We heard Glenn Klausman on Real Radio and called him to help. Mr. Klausman genuinely cared about our son and fought multiple insurance companies to get us a great result. We could reach him 24/7 on his cell phone. Mr. Klausman was our guardian angel.
I'm Glenn Klausman. Contact me at klausmanlaw.com. That's KLAUSMAN law.com. Office, Winter Park.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Premier Men's Medical Center restores your sex life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate erectile dysfunction and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To restore your sex life in just one visit, call now.
407-337-5569.
I'm Ultima Morgan. Every year, almost 30,000 babies in America are born with birth injuries. It's every parent's worst nightmare. If your child suffered a birth injury, please call our firm to find out if we can help.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey, what's up? Russ Rollins here. Teddy Morris's Daytona Harley-Davidson has your $89 oil change to get you all geared up and ready for Triketoberfest and Biketoberfest. Monsters in the Morning will be broadcasting all the live action on Thursday, October the 16th. That's Triketoberfest and Biketoberfest at Teddy Morris's Daytona Harley-Davidson. Let's ride, y'all.
Life is busy. Luckily, Racetrack's here to keep you on track every day.
Running around and the time makes you nervous. Are you still a mom or just a taxi service?
With ice-cold drinks, hot pizza, freshly ground coffee, and even Swirl World frozen yogurt for the kids.
The schedule is packed with things that they have to do, but with so much to choose from, you'll find something for you.
Racetrack is here to keep you going.
Racetrack's gonna get you through.
Racetrack, whatever gets you going.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get into summer with iHeart80s. Rewind to a decade in music that defined a generation. From Madonna to Michael and more. iHeart80s goes commercial free this weekend and every weekend. Open the free iHeart app, search iHeart80s, and make it your next preset.
iHeartRadio. Are you shopping for hurricane impact windows? Get your free quote now, reeswindows.com.
Real Radio 104.1.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show. Still to come, legal stories and more with Ray Trendley from TK Law. Today at 6:20 on the Jim Colbert Show.
Boom, boom, boom. What do you do, Colbert crew?
There he is.
You know him. Your favorite teabag, back in Rockledge. Anyways, today we raise beer to Bad Poetry Day. So allow me to give you a nice little haiku. About beer. Golden liquid joy. Forgot my pants once again. Thanks, beer. You're the best.
All right.
Have a good show, y'all.
Thank you, buddy. A number of people asked about old Teabag last night.
Oh, yeah?
Asked if he was here. What?
You mean the poker tournament?
Yeah, at the poker tournament.
Oh, you keep saying last night.
Oh, I'm sorry, Saturday night. My apologies. Yeah, Saturday night. A couple of people asked if he was, hey, is Teabag here? I want to meet him. I want to see what what he looks like. Trying to match him up to how he sounds.
Right. Next year, Teabag, you're going to have to be out there.
We told him the wrong place.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah. Pump the brakes there.
All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Nah.
Jack, did you notice anything last night at the Nate Bargatze show? Bargatze, whatever.
Bargatze. I'm still not sure.
It's Bargatze.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not Bargatze. I know it's because he corrected Jimmy Fallon on his show
one time
because they've known each other for years. So.
But then the way his daughter introduced him, which was recorded,
right?
But let's see, interesting. Or notice something about last night.
Just the people.
Older whites.
Definitely a lot of white people. That's not exactly
a lot of shorts.
What I was shooting for. Well,
you're guys in shorts.
You're closer.
Yeah.
So
casual dress.
Let me ask you a quick question here. And I want to ask the audience this as well. Our texting number is 77031. So you can send us a text. I'm dying to know this. What is your level of dress when you go somewhere? Okay? Like if you go to a show at like the Kia Center. Again, it's not a formal dinner by any means, but the Kia Center is the top two venues we have in this city for entertainment. Obviously big shows, the Magic play there, their monster truck jams there at the Dr. Phillips Center. You have traveling Broadway plays, you have musicians, comedians, all kinds of different art come through both of these buildings. What is, just for the record, I want to ask you guys first. I want to ask the audience as well. You guys can text anytime, and of course you can leave talkbacks about this as well. What is the basic minimum that you do for a show like a comedy show at the Kia Center?
This is a question 24 hours ago I had to decide on.
All right.
Because it was 24 hours ago. I was leaving my house. What am I going to wear?
Right.
It's different for me. Dr. Phillips Center, that's the top. That's where, yes, I'm not wearing a T-shirt there. Right?
Right, yeah.
I knew I could have gotten away with a T-shirt at Nate Bargatze, but I wasn't going to do that, especially because I was someone else's guest.
That's right.
Suite. So I didn't do sneakers. I wore slacks or pants and jeans. They were jeans, but it was full length. I wasn't wearing shorts.
Right.
But I wore shoes and a collared shirt. It was like a polo shirt.
Like, okay, yeah. I agree with that.
I call that smart casual.
That is smart casual. Yeah. I agree with that 100%. Deborah, if you were going to us last night, I know that you were invited, but you had something else going on. If you were going to go last night, would you consider that kind of a dress-up thing, or would it be more casual?
Depending on the event, like with Jack, I agree. If it's the Dr. Phillips, I'm going to dress another level.
Right.
To go see a comedy show at the Kia, I would wear, nice dark jeans, heels, nice blouse.
Something nice, though. You're going out to one of our premier spots in Orlando when it comes to...
No farted T-shirts and flip-flops.
Right. Man, I got to tell you.
That.
I don't know.
No way.
I don't know what's happening. And look, I know
Sure you do. Go to the airport.
This sounds a bit fuddy-duddy, but this is really more than just, you're going, well, I remember how it used to be. It has nothing to do with that. Man, something has happened with our society where we're willing to accept the lowest common denominator at any point. Like I saw people last night that looked like they were in the middle of refinishing a piece of furniture and just left and came to the show.
Yep.
You just simply can't believe that people look in the mirror and go, "Oh yeah, dirty shirt, slides, gym shorts, and socks. Fine, I'm going to the show in this." Over and over, I could not believe how poorly people presented themselves in an area like that. It was, and again, I was just wearing like a button-down shirt and a pair of jeans and tennis shoes. It wasn't anything crazy like what I'm wearing right now. A short sleeve button collar shirt with a pocket, a nice pair of jeans, and a pair of shoes. Nothing crazy, just respectful for, being around other people. Man, that's gone.
It's kind of like watching people grocery shop in their pajamas.
Dude, it's gone. The idea of that, if you're under the age of 30 years old, is dead. Nobody I saw that was young, I shouldn't say nobody. I saw so many younger people simply not giving one F about how they looked out in public. And I guess I just don't understand that.
Well, that might be where we disagree, because I agree with the fashion choices that I saw, but I saw it on older guys.
Did you really? I didn't see any older dudes like that.
Yeah, all your age.
That's funny. Now, the crazy thing is I do see older dudes in sweatpants and T-shirts at the Dr. Phillips Center, but they're obviously loaded because they're front row. The tickets are like $600 a piece. They're just wandering up there with their old lady.
I hate that.
I do too.
And it's kind of the Adam Sandler thing. Hey, I'm rich enough not to care. Yeah, but have respect for
exactly
the place,
where you're going,
the show, everything about it. And I just, when I was watching last night, I'm like, I'm going to get roasted for this tomorrow, but I got to say it. I know it's the same thing with flying. Back in the day, there used to be some kind of decorum when you took an airplane. That doesn't exist anymore. They're going for comfort. So it's usually pajama pants or sweatpants or leggings for ladies.
Yoga pants.
And dude, it's shorts and a T-shirt or a hoodie or something so you can be comfortable. I semi-understand that. It's an airplane ride. It's not like in the premier event center that we have here in the city. Man, I don't know. It was so disconcerting to me. I was like, man, if I saw my kids out in public places looking like that, I would yank them up. I think I would. I would yank them. Like, what are you doing? Go home. You don't belong here.
See, I think it's a little, but with the Kia Center itself, just because it's at the Kia Center, the venue, I don't think elicits a certain dress code, because if it's Monster Jam, a concert, or a Magic basketball game, or a Solar Bear game, I think most of what I saw Warren last night fits right in. However, I think it's the type of show you're going to.
Right.
So
I would agree with that.
The comedy show, it's just, I think that's a next level up, because a comedy show at the Kia Center, or if I was going to Funny Bone to see it, I would still want,
It's like a date night, right?
A collar.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, is that kind of like a date night? I mean, is that how you kind of
that would qualify.
But even if you're alone, though, right? Even if you're just going to the show by yourself and it's not, quote unquote, a date night, you should kind of look at it like that, right?
Yeah.
Like you would look at it like, hey, I'm going to go out. This is almost like a date night. It's a comedy show in an arena, already kind of really rare. Although we've seen more of it lately, it's still pretty rare to have a comedian selling 10,000 seats. But man, I don't understand why people just simply don't want to look their best when they go out, or at least look okay.
Dan just texted in. He said, where is it? He said he just left a Publix and could not disagree more. People looked astonishing, and that's because you are shopping in a Publix where people can afford to dress like that.
Yeah.
Get out of Winter Park, sir.
Yeah, and I saw last night. It was just, and I know, again, I'm laughing at myself. And I get into my wife and I walk to the car, and I get in the car. I said, man, did you notice how poorly people were dressed tonight? And she goes, look, man, I see this all the time, and it's just absolutely infuriating. Not infuriating. You're not gonna lose a day over it or anything, but I don't know, man. I don't know why it hits me like that.
Well, you like to dress up.
I do. I love dressing up. I want to look nice when I go out. Jim was the same way when he worked. When Jim was here, one of the things even at the poker tournament, like dudes were wearing suits. I wore a jacket. It was nice. Nobody came in there in like jeans and a t-shirt to the poker tournament. Everybody showed that a little respect. And it was just a poker tournament, a charity poker tournament. Yeah. And you go to this comedy show at the Kia Center where the tickets are as much as what you paid to get into the poker tournament.
Sure.
And it's like they were going to the car wash that day.
A handful of people. You're talking there were 15,000 people.
Yeah. It was enough of them, though. I'm telling you, Jack.
I know, because I used AI to figure it out. Dad, I'm looking at that because the top was closed off, but the bottom section's full. And in the basketball arena, the Kia Center, I believe it can hold up to 20,000.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
But so the top section is now closed. However, the floor is filled with people. So I'm always wondering how many people are here.
Right.
I try counting. It takes forever. So I wonder if AI would do the trick. I took a picture, uploaded to ChatGPT. I said, how many people are in this picture? It immediately said, looks like you're in an indoor arena, lower bowl filled with in the round, and said, I would typically arenas hold this much. I would give an estimation of 15,000 to 18,000 people.
Yeah.
And that immediately gave me that
yeah.
number.
And Jack,
I don't know how accurate it is, but it was fast.
It's so funny. Jack is sitting there, and out of nowhere, he's sitting in front of us down to the right, and out of nowhere, he just turns around and goes, how many people do you think are here? And I don't think he'd even finished his sentence before he had his phone out, and he was AIing it.
Yeah.
And he was chatting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's always on my mind when I go to an event and I start looking at people. I do it at any event I'm at.
Yeah.
And this, I'm like, hey, I wonder if AI can answer this.
Yeah. One thing also I wanted to ask you guys before we get out of here for this segment, because we have trivia coming up in a second, then Ray Trenley and Brandon Kravitz in the 6 o'clock hour. When you guys get stuff delivered to your house, do they always set it on the porch? Do they always put it next to your door? If it's
Generally,
a delivery from like a FedEx or Amazon or UPS?
Yes.
So I have a situation because my driveway is a little longer. Like when you come through onto my property, you still have to drive like 100 yards to get to my house.
Oh,
right?
did they leave it by the mailbox down by the street?
Dude, they left it out in the middle of they literally left the box out by the front of the street, like sitting out there. I looked out there and I said, Tori, is there something out there did you put something out in the yard? She goes, no, what's up? And I said, there is a delivery that is sitting out by our road, which is, like I said, a good 100 yards from our house. And I was like, it's about to pour rain. Sure enough, went out there to grab it, and it was a delivery. They just threw it in the yard.
Another flex.
What?
Whoa.
What's the flex?
I'm 100 yards away from my
Oh, it's just a long-ass driveway. My God. Just a long driveway. But it could have rained all over the box. If they do that and you report that it's ruined, do they pay for it?
Hell no. They probably have an obligation to deliver it.
What is the obligation? That's kind of my question, because everything else makes it to the porch. We ordered a swing like a swing frame for a porch swing. That thing probably weighed 100 pounds, and they put it right on the front porch.
Who was the delivery?
It's Amazon.
Amazon delivery.
It was Amazon, dude.
Yeah.
And they put it in, literally just put it out in the middle of my yard.
Do they normally drive down your really long driveway?
It's a circular driveway. And they come around, they pull right up front, and they walk up, and they set it down. But I think what happens is they believe that their truck can't make it through the driveway because it's a thinner driveway as it comes down, and they just quit. They just quit. They just throw it in the yard and walk off.
Maybe he recognized you.
Yeah, maybe so. But like I said, I had the other thing we had delivered. So my wife got me a one of those caddies for my big green egg. That it's like a cooktop and everything that goes with the big green egg. You sit it in there and it's got some workspaces and everything like that. Yeah, it was $100 check, big flex. But it weighed a ton because it's all put in this one box. You have to put it all together. I had to pick it up with a dolly to get it to where I was going to put it together. That's how heavy it was. My wife and I could not pick the box up. That's how heavy it was. And they put that on my front porch, no problem.
Wow.
We ordered paper. It was toilet paper we ordered from Amazon. And they threw it in the yard. And I was like, are you kidding?
It's not going to hurt when it lands. God. I remember my mom used to drink Ensure. Ensure,
sure.
Protein drink, but it was so she could supplement because she started eating less and less, and so that was just to make sure she was getting the stuff. And I shopped around, and I'm like, oh, Amazon has the best price, so I had it delivered. And it's back when Amazon was still using the postal service to do deliveries, and we had our postal woman, small lady, she'd be pushing it up the driveway, kicking it with her feet, trying to get the box up the driveway. I met her halfway. I'm like, I'll get
Wait, we got you. Yeah, please don't die on my property. Yeah. And the other one we had was just a little package, just a tiny little package that's one of those protective envelopes, like a soft pack envelope. And it was just sitting. We have a breezeway that goes from the house to the garage, like a little breezeway thing.
Another flag.
And all she had to do was open the screen door and set it in there so it's out of the rain. She set it on top of the shrub next to it.
Oh.
Out in the weather, again, could have been rained on, no problem. And it's all shit. I'm not kidding, guys. The door is 1 foot from where the package was left. It would have taken 0 calories to just put it inside and be protected, and they chose not to do that.
But I bet they will not open a door without permission. Now, I have never needed it for my own deliveries, but I know my daughter who lives in an apartment complex, they have a receiving room for deliveries.
Okay.
So there are a certain set of instructions with a code that you provide Amazon when you order. So I think when you order, if you just set your delivery, and you can attach it to your address, right? So every time you order from Amazon,
it says put it on the porch or whatever?
Whatever your specific instructions are.
I wonder if my wife knows that. I mean, she's really savvy with this stuff.
Your wife is smart. I think she knows this stuff.
There's no way that she would say,
I'm explaining it to you.
Just throw it in the yard. I mean, there's no way. Just leave it where you want. It's fine.
Somebody just texted us at 77031 that this just happened to their daughter recently. They just threw it under the tree halfway down the driveway.
Yeah. But when we lived out in Geneva, it was the same way because our driveway was long. When you get into the house, they would just leave it out by the road. We would leave to go to events and have to stop and bring packages back to our house. They would just leave them out by the mailbox.
Well, then you did have a gate.
No, we didn't have a gate there. There was no gate there. There's no gate at any of my properties. We had a gate, but you got to remember, it was a gated neighborhood, but it was a common delivery thing to get in.
I might have an answer about the attendance for last night.
Really?
Yeah, and I thought about this yesterday. If we brought it up, I go, I hope someone someone who knows will text us, and someone who knows texted us.
Really?
Yes, it's less than I thought.
It's fewer than 10,000.
Yeah, they say they were told we have 9,000 people coming tonight.
Wow, really?
So that would be the lower bowl with the floor,
right?
9,000.
Wow,
that means the upper bowl holds about 11,000.
Yeah. And he did 2 nights there, so he sold 18,000 tickets in Orlando. Yeah. And we were walking out, we saw those hordes of people, and I looked at my wife and I said, every one of those is $100. Every person you see is $100, and some of them way more. But that was about the average price was, I think, like $70 to come see the show or something. All right, 407-916-1041. Again, you can always text our show at 77031. We'll take a little break, load them up. It's trivia time. We'll do that next.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
Here's a post that was on Reddit. I started just wearing thongs for the first time recently. Originally because I was tired of VPL on leggings. I don't even know what that is.
Visible panty line.
Oh, okay. All right.
That is not what I was going to go with for PL.
The News Junkie. Weekdays at 11 on Real Radio 104.1.
This is Chris Broussard. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by DraftKings.
Buccaneers, they're preparing to close out the preseason. Tampa Bay will try to finish the slate unbeaten and healthy when they host Buffalo coming up Saturday. CBS Sports' Josh Pate, he has given the Gators major love. He picked Florida to make it into the college football playoff on the strength of their roster. And Dodger star Shohei Ohtani's 300th career home run ball fetched more than $44,000 at auction over the weekend. I'm Scott Davidson.
DraftKings is all about responsible gaming. It's more fun when it's for fun. So play responsibly. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 or older. Age and eligibility vary by jurisdiction.
Well, it's already mid-August. Kids are back in school and, of course, heading into the height of the hurricane season. And that's why having the right windows and doors makes such a difference. Renewal by Andersen's Acclaim Impact Windows and Doors are engineered to withstand high-velocity impacts, providing enhanced protection against flying debris during storms, keeping you and your family and your home safe and secure. Here's what Cheryl had to say about her experience. The results are fabulous. The crew was kind, respectful, and communicative, and they left the place cleaner than when they arrived. Highly recommend this company. Make sure you take advantage of their triple savings month, $300 off windows, $825 off patio doors, plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0% interest for 12 months. Bonus offer, the first 50 callers get a free TrueScene insect screen upgrade. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to see all their beautiful products and their hassle-free process in 4 easy steps. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
It's the summer clearance event at Greenway Kia, and the race is on to sell 500 new Kias this month. Every new Kia is clearance priced with savings up to $18,000 off MSRP. And when you trade in your vehicle, over 40 Greenway dealerships compete to buy it, meaning you could get up to $10,000 over Kelley Blue Book value. Best of all, our friendly, non-commissioned sales team is here to help, not hustle. I'm Joe Rossi, and we want to see you in a Greenway Kia.
Example stock TG004814. Negative equity refinance expires 9/7/25.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here with my friends over at Mills Air. Rolling through Facebook this morning, I saw people complaining about the height of their power bills this year because of AC use. Let me tell you something. That's one of the main reasons you need to get Mills Air on your property, because maybe your system just isn't efficient enough. Maybe it's not running right because it needs a tune-up. That's what Mills Air does better than anybody, and they've been doing that since 1992. 30 years of experience here in Central Florida, keeping you and your family nice and cool. And remember, their techs know all these brands inside and out. You don't even have to know what kind of AC you have. Mills Air can repair it. But check this. If you do need a new unit, these guys are Carrier factory authorized dealers, and that's important. It could get you up to $1,275 in rebates towards that brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Call these guys today. It's 407-277-1159. Find them online easily at millsair.com.
Now this is how you end a summer. Under the lights, surrounded by history. The driver's last shot at the playoffs. Your last chance to see regular season action. Friday night, Xfinity lights the fuse. Saturday night, the Cup Series delivers the fireworks. This is Daytona. This is everything. NASCAR weekend at Daytona International Speedway, August 22nd and 23rd. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Worried about market losses? If headlines are keeping you up at night, it's time to take control. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and I know you've worked hard to save. But in times like these, what if can turn into what now? If you're planning to retire or are in retirement, you need a strategy that helps protect your future. At Trajan Wealth, you can capture market gains, protect your account from losses, and guarantee income for life. Right now, you could receive a bonus of up to 30% or annual growth of up to 10% for retirement income. You heard me right. An upfront bonus of up to 30% or annual growth of up to 10%, all guaranteed to boost your lifetime income in retirement. retirement. Don't leave your future to chance. Plan with confidence. Call Trajan Wealth today at 407-213-0000. 407-213-0000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company, DBA, in most states as Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
An official message from Medicare.
I turned 65 this year. I knew it was time to figure out Medicare, and I had questions, like when to enroll and how to enroll. So I went straight to the official source, Medicare.gov, to get the facts about Medicare. I found answers to all my questions, and I'm ready to get started. And so can you. Just go to Medicare.gov to get the real facts about Medicare.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Planning a trip to Orlando? Don't forget to visit Cocoa Beach, Orlando's closest beach. With its legendary beach vibes, sunny shores, and entertainment options, Cocoa Beach is a must-see on your to-do list. Ride the waves, stroll the iconic pier, watch a beautiful sunset, or just kick back with your toes in the sand. Add a little salt water to your Sunshine State adventure at Cocoa Beach, Orlando's closest beach. Learn more at legendarycocobeach.com. That's legendarycocobeach.com.
Live radio, trusted DJs, breaking news, live play-by-play, endless music, and podcasts just for you. It's the free iHeartRadio app. Radio your way. Join the millions who already have it. Download the free iHeartRadio app, the #1 app for radio.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Eye Candy Energy Drink. Taste the sweet life.
Listening to the Jim Colbert Show.
Get 'em, Jimmy. I agree. Clifford, West Palm. I get on my kids all the time. You know, you're walking out looking like you're homeless. Do you really have... Well, I don't care. That's the style. That's what's cool. Yeah, it was cool, too, when I was walking around with blue hair and spiked necklaces on. But you grow out of that eventually, I would hope. Kids, I get it. People in your 20s, your 30s,
that's the thing, man.
Have some dignity. Have some respect. Put on something. Be presentable.
You're killing your parents, by the way. You guys out there sliding out your jammy pants and your Crocs, you're killing your mom and dad. All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well, and he has the Jackie sack. I wonder what's in it.
All aboard.
Chugga chugga.
Choo-choo. Clickety-clack, clickety-clack.
Here we go. Let's take a look at what's in the Jackie sack for this Monday. How about a pair of tickets to see Jerry Cantrell at the House of Blues?
No way, dude.
August 27th. That's coming soon.
That's kind of wild. Is he coming with Miles and they're doing a whole Alice in Chains thing or no?
Yeah.
All right,
look
very
this up.
Okay, sorry, buddy. My bad.
All right.
That's fair.
Yeah, Jerry Cantrell at the House of Blues. You can get all the details on that.
And for people who do not know who that is, that's the premier songwriter and guitar player for Alice in Chains.
Yes.
The best 90s band of all.
I know you're a big fan. Okay, also, and I am as well.
Yeah.
I don't know about the best.
Alice in Chains and Tool, the best.
I'd say top 5.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. Also, this is pretty cool. This is something new, especially if you like to play golf. Jim, do you know anyone who likes to play golf?
I'm a fan, Jack.
How about a twosome? You get to win a twosome for tee times at Victoria Hills.
Oh, nice.
Golf Club.
Yeah.
It's a certificate that is good for a round of golf. You're going to get 2 of those. More tee times available at centralfloridasaves.com. So the website, centralfloridasaves.com, it's a $70 value. You could get it for $35.
Yeah, man.
And that's around for 2.
Yeah, I haven't played out there in a really long time. That used to be one of my favorite tracks in Central Florida. I just haven't gotten on there in a bit.
Yeah, Victoria Hills Golf Club. But again, if you want to get the certificate, you can get them half off at centralfloridasaves.com. Or maybe you win them right here for Jim Colbert Show Trivia.
Woohoo! So back to you, clickety-clack.
You got it, young lady. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5.
It's a Monday. Let's go to the end of the line, number 5.
That's nice. Sean, how you doing, buddy?
How's it going?
Doing great, man. Want to play a little game with us?
That's why I called.
I
I like it.
He's got the
very
voice.
nice. He's all mad already. Let's do
Is he
it.
the puzzle master? Or is he the guy who's currently writing today's game? Can he be both? Let's find out. It's time for JCS Trivia.
All right, Sean, this is a real easy game, dude. Got a question here for you. 4 answers. One of these answers, my friend, is not true.
No.
It is a lie. I'm trying to fool you, but if you can find that one, I will send you over to Jack and let you pick out something nice from the old Jackie sack. Are you ready, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Here we go. On this day in 1970, actor, director, musician, poet, co-starred in one of the most popular TV shows in the last 50 years.
Henry Rollins.
Johnny Depp.
That's so funny. You knew him as Theo Huxtable.
Oh,
Malcolm Jamal Warner?
That's right.
Who just passed.
Who just passed away. Today would have been his birthday.
Oh, wow.
That's right. Malcolm Jamal Warner was born on this day. Here are 3 fun facts about Malcolm and 1 lie that's in the middle. Different show. Anyway, I'm trying to my hardest here. I think it's Monday. He's up.
Yeah.
He's up.
I don't know. I want to redo.
I consumed a lot this weekend. You're not laughing either, are you, Sean? Don't laugh.
Not at all.
Okay, good. Even worse.
I believe him.
All right, buddy. Here we go. We're talking about Malcolm Jamal Warner. Which one of these is untrue? Number 1, he used his 6th grade class photo as his headshot to get the job as Theo Huxtable. Number 2, not only did he direct episodes of The Cosby Show, he also directed Fresh Prince of the Bel-Air, All That, and Kenan and Kel. Number 3, in 2015, he won a Grammy for Best Traditional R&B Performance. Or lastly, he gave up a football scholarship to attend school at the prestigious Professionals Children's School. Which one of those is a lie?
No clue, so we'll take 3.
No, that's absolutely true, unfortunately.
Sorry, Sean.
In 2015, can I tell you, I think that was the best guess of all of them because nobody ever talked about his music career. But that dude had like a legitimate music and poetry career, and he was nominated and won multiple Grammys.
So the one thing after he passed, they talk about Grammy winner, and I had no idea. So that one I would have left alone because I knew he won a Grammy.
Yeah.
I just wasn't familiar with his work.
Yeah, he was nominated for a spoken word poetry Grammy as well, and then he won the one in 2015 as well. So who's next, Deb? 3, 4, or 5? Or
3.
2, 3, or 4.
Let's go 2.
There he is. Rob, how you doing, buddy?
Doing good.
All right, buddy, we're talking about Malcolm Jamal Warner. Which one of these is untrue? Number 1, he used his 6th grade class photo as his headshot to get the job as Theo Huxtable. Number 2, not only did he direct episodes of The Cosby Show, he also directed Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, All That, and Kenan and Kel. Or lastly, he gave up a football scholarship to attend acting school at the prestigious Professional Children's School.
I'm going to go with the last one.
That's the one, buddy. You're a winner. He is on hold as a winner. Today was a tough day. Not a lot going on out there. Yeah, that is true. He did use his 6th grade class photo as his headshot to get the job as Theo Huxtable.
I believe that.
He not only directed episodes of The Cosby Show, he also directed many episodes of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the show called All of That, Kenan and Kel. And to be honest with you, I did not have room to write all the others. He was actually a pretty accomplished director.
I had no idea about that.
Music videos as well.
I just attributed him to the show.
Yeah. And he did not give up football. They never talked about him being an athlete at all. He went into acting school like 9 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. A couple other things about Malcolm Jamal Warner you may not know. He fronted a jazz funk band called Miles Long. He was a bass player.
Oh, okay.
That's exactly what he was. He was the bass player in this band. And the other thing I'll tell you in a second is he was named after Malcolm X.
Okay.
And then lastly here, although an accomplished bassist, he didn't actually start playing until he was 20.
Damn.
Which is kind of rare. Usually when when you play an instrument and you play it well, you start really young.
Right.
And you learn it and just kind of come up. He actually started late and then became a pretty seasoned player and headed his own band. There you go. Malcolm Jamal Warner, born on this day in 1970. God rest his soul. Boo. Yeah. Terrible.
That stinks. Yeah, just swimming with his daughter off of Costa Rica.
His daughter and his wife.
Yeah.
That he kept really private, by the way. And nobody knew their names or anything. He was really notorious for that. I guess he had a couple bad scenarios when people found out who he was dating, and it went sideways. So after that, man, he didn't tell anybody anything. No photographs, no nothing.
Yeah.
And it was actually kind of surprising he was married with a kid. Not many people even knew that when he passed.
Yeah.
All right, 407-916-1041. Again, you can always text us at 77031. Our buddy Brandon Kravitz up with sports next. Hang loose.
Smell that? It's almost football season. Hear the Tampa Bay Buccaneers all season here on Real Radio 104.1, courtesy of Renewal by Anderson, official partner of the Tampa Bay Bucks.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
The left lane's blocked on Florida's Turnpike northbound near Oakland Exchange. There's a crash reported on the Greenway northbound before Landstar Boulevard. There's bumper-to-bumper traffic on I-4 in that Dr. Phillips area. Southbound on the Turnpike, you're going to run into some stop-and-go traffic before that Osceola Parkway exit there. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by OUC.
OUC is proud to be known as the reliable one. Based on the most recent PSC data from Florida's investor-owned utilities, OUC ranked #1 in the state for reliability. Your power, our priority. Learn more at ouc.com/reliability.
And let me tell you something. If you need a new bathroom, stop what you're doing before you make a move and call my friends over at Rebath Mid Florida. And here's why. It could save you a ton of money. Could also get you a better looking bathroom with incredible craftsmanship, because this is all they do. It's not like bathrooms and gutters or bathrooms, and they just concentrate on the bathroom. Here's the cool thing. They get that old bathroom out in just 4 to 6 days, and that includes replacing it with a new bathroom. They do it with their employees, no subcontractors. You see the same team until your job is finished, and they even give you a lifetime guarantee on the products and the installation. Unheard of in the construction business. But even better, you have multiple choices of everything that goes in your bathroom, so you really do control the entire job. Drop by their showroom, 436 up in Altamont. They're right across from Kobe. You'll see some of those models set up. Those are just to show you their products configured into different bathroom ideas. Simply beautiful. The craftsmanship is unbelievable. And if you mention the Jim Colbert Show, they're going to knock 10% off your bathroom remodeling job. You can't beat these guys. It's Rebath in Mid Florida. Hop online, check out the before and afters, then book your own appointment at rebath.com.
A golf instructor who knows technique can improve an aspiring pro swing. But one who really cares can help transform a career.
There he is, your new champion.
When you team up with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable. At Truist, we believe the same is true for banking. Truist, leaders in banking, unwavering in care. Truist Bank, member FDIC, leading based on top 10 U.S. commercial bank.
Are you tired of squinting at screens or maybe fumbling for readers? You know, for over 35 years, Central Floridians have trusted the Filatowski Eye Institute. With more than 225,000 vision correction procedures performed. Stop struggling. Start seeing clearly. It changed my son's life, and it can change yours as well. Simply call 800 Eye Exam and see what you've been missing. That's 800 Eye Exam. The Filatowski Eye Institute. Trusted, local, life-changing.
Summer's winding down, and we know you want to enjoy what's left of it. But before you celebrate this Labor Day weekend, plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Celebrate responsibly and remember to drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Can you believe kids are already going back to school? And while it's hard to admit, that means another allergy season is just around the corner. Set your appointment today at Aspire Allergy and Sinus and find a solution for the whole family. Studies show that kids with allergies have a hard time concentrating in school and have more absences than those without allergies. So what are you waiting for? Go to aspireallergy.com and book your appointment today. That's aspireallergy.com.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
An official message from Medicare.
I turned 65 this year. I knew it was time to figure out Medicare, and I had questions, like when to enroll and how to enroll. So I went straight to the official source, Medicare.gov, to get the facts about Medicare. I found answers to all my questions, and I'm ready to get started. And so can you. Just go to Medicare.gov to get the real facts about Medicare.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Here in Orlando, we know life doesn't slow down for anything, especially a broken garage door. Since 2002, Precision Garage Door Service has been proudly serving the Orlando community. Local and reliable, our techs are ready to provide you a same-day service. And there's no charge for a service call, and seniors, military, first responders, and teachers get a 5% discount. Whether it's a stuck door or a snap spring, we've got you covered right when you need it the most. Call Precision Garage Door Service today or visit us online. Precision Garage Door Service. Garage doors done right.
Here's something most of us don't want to think about, but probably should. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton here for our friend Mike Lester and the team at Talon Wealth Management.
That thing we don't want to talk about is a will. If you don't have one, Mike and his team would like to help you out. They'll start you off with a comprehensive financial plan.
If you are 55 or over and have saved at least $250,000 for retirement, the Talon Comprehensive Financial Plan is complimentary. And when that plan's in hand, you will also receive the gift of a will and trust courtesy of Talon Wealth.
The folks at Talon Wealth are not attorneys, but they work with a group of attorneys who'll provide a will and trust at no charge to you. Reach out at 813-755-5000. 813-755-5000. One more time, that's 813-755-5000. And be sure and tell them that Clay and Buck sent you.
Advisory services offered through Talon Private Wealth, LLC, a SEC-registered investment advisor. The information provided is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal, tax, or financial advice.
If you want to buy or sell your home quickly, call Nick Lee. Download a free home buyer's guide at thenicklygroup.com.
There's a vile sickness in Abbottstown. You must excise it. Dig into the deep earth and cut it out.
From iHeart Podcasts and Grim and Mild from Aaron Mahnke, this is Havoc-Town, a new fiction podcast set in the Bridgewater audio universe. Listen to Havoc-Town on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Havoc-Town and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
Look to Orange Buick GMC for your next truck at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Hey, Brother Jim. Happy Monday. Gotta tell you, man, one of my favorite roadside signs was road floods. If you cannot read this sign, road is underwater. You all have a great day, man.
Thanks, man.
Love you. See you.
Good afternoon, morning, Colbert Carew. All right, so what a wicked awesome weekend, wicked awesome poker tournament. Got to say all the thanks to everyone at Real Radio, everyone that helped out at the event, and all the people that came out and helped raise all that money. What an amazing time. Amazing people. Loved everyone at my table. Amy Swayze and Sabrina were so much fun to play with. And, got to away with that consolidation prize of that Mad Ombre hot sauce kit. So, can't wait till next year. Let's do 40 grand. Big T, out.
Love that, buddy. Love that attitude. Thanks, T. Always good seeing you, big dog. Your whole crew rolled hard. I love it.
It was
fun to
cool.
watch.
Him in his suit, right?
Man, they're great.
But then he won the Mad Ombre hot sauce, which came in this little
The
leather
briefcase.
briefcase.
Oh,
so
man.
he's in his suit walking around with a little briefcase.
That's cool.
And it's little like Big T.
And be careful with that super hot one. That thing will blow you away. But that smoke wagon sauce from those guys is damn good. So enjoy that. Welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Yeah.
And every Monday at 6 o'clock, this guy joins us from 96.9 The Game to talk a little sports after just talking 3 hours of sports. You guys give it up good and loud for Mr. Brandon Kravitz. Co-host of Game On, now at 96.9 The Game, along with his buddy Mike Bianchi, former Love Mornings. And it's great.
I did not forget about this segment, I promise.
I was sitting there, Mike and I were buzzing off the first show, and he goes, "Aren't you on the Jim Colbert show?"
And you ran over.
So
You don't get off the air till like 5:59 there or something too, right?
We just got off, and I'm really glad that he brought it up because we forgot. There is with anything that you do that's new.
Oh, yeah.
I was very happy with the way that today's show went. But there are so many kinks that we have to work out technically.
Yeah.
Not between Bianchi and I. That part was easy. But just, the stuff that Jack worries about. It's all that stuff. That and so I'm going through this list, and I got lost in my head. But no, this is a new time for us. This is really cool.
Yeah.
For those that don't know me, hi, I'm the sports guy. My name is Brandon Kravitz, and we'll get to know each other over the months and years.
Yeah, and Brandon just actually moved, or actually Mike Bianchi just moved from the mornings back on to 96 Time the Game in the afternoons. New show is called Game On, which is actually kind of a remodeling of the show you guys did a while ago, because, that's what you guys first did, is work together when you first came to the station.
Yeah, we've gone through 3 waves together. So when I started with iHeart, it was in November of 2010. I was Bianchi's intern. There were 2 of us, and I went to our boss, Rick, after the first day because I could tell that the woman that was working with me, mind you, what a different world. There were 2 interns working on one show.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I went and said, she's not interested. I'll work every day. I'm going to do it. And I came in, and I just gobbled up as much information as I could, and Mike had just launched the show. And, we got to know each other over the years. Then I spread my wings and tried other things. I was doing some production, yada, yada. I worked with the Shot Doctor. And then in 2018, we teamed back up, and I rejoined Open Mic, this time as Bianchi's official co-host. And it was so cool.
Yeah.
And we had such a good time on the air together. And then Jerry O'Neill, our afternoon show host, retired. And so I asked if I could become the host of the afternoon show because it was something that I felt like professionally I couldn't turn down if offered. And now Mike and I are back together. So this is, I think I've explained this to you guys before, but I've explained this so many times to so many different people, it's hard to keep track. This is exactly what I have been wanting my show, any show that I'm on, to sound like is what today sounded like. The credibility, the entertainment, the listener interaction. I'm just over the moon.
Unique takes from people who've been doing this for a very long time. Mike has been the sports writer at the Sentinel for 30 years or something. It's some ridiculous number. And then he's been in radio for 15 or 18 years, some even more ridiculous number. Been doing both of those. He's one of the most respected voices in all of Florida for sports. He knows the stuff inside and out. He's a good not second voice. He's a good
sparring partner.
Yeah. You guys, yes. I think you guys have enough differences in the way you look at things where it's going to create a lot of takes that'll be fun to talk about. So
for sure.
I'm excited for both of you. I told Mike at the poker tournament I was so excited and happy for him because he's one of my favorite people in the building. We're both Putnam County people. And I looked at him, I said, what are the chances 2 Putnam County people would be on this radio station or in this group, in positions like we have? It's simply amazing. You think about how small that county is. It's just kind of cool that something like that happens.
Absolutely. That's there's 7 of you.
Yeah. 2/3 of us got out. All right, let's move on to some sports. We have limited time here, but thanks for coming out. We appreciate you making amends to make it here at 6 o'clock. I know it's not the easiest for you, but thanks a lot.
You guys have done wonders for me over the years, so if all I have to do is sprint across the hallway, that's an easy sell for me. And thank you guys, by the way, for having me out at the Real Radio Poker Tournament. I did horribly again.
I saw Mike as I walked up, and he looked shell-shocked. He had no idea what he was doing. But he was smiling and buying drinks, and that's all that matters.
I figure you either make it far or you're the first in line at the buffet. To me, anything in between is a failure. If I'm sitting there for hours and I don't win, I feel like I missed a golden opportunity. The food was great. Shout out to Hard Rock.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed myself.
Yeah, awesome, man. We'll do it again with us next year for sure.
Yeah.
Watching a little preseason clips, not a whole lot from the NFL as it starts in a couple weeks, right?
Yeah, for sure. We have one more game tonight, Commanders-Bengals, so keep an eye on that one. There's some fantasy sleepers to be had within this game, and the Bengals defense is terrible, so everybody usually looks pretty good against them.
It's so funny. Again, it looks terrible. That's been their thing forever. They have a great offense, one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and they can't stop anybody. They can score endlessly, but they can't stop anybody. That's one of the big problems they're looking at. The thing I saw this weekend that was pretty amazing for me is this draft of new quarterbacks coming into the league is interesting to say the very least. You and I can both agree with that. I got to see Caleb play this weekend.
Caleb Williams?
Yeah.
So he was part of last year's draft class. He was awesome.
Yeah, he looked amazing.
Yeah,
that guy looked amazing this
almost
week.
perfect. So hopefully he can put that together in the regular season. He's got everything working at his disposal now. They rebuilt the offensive line. They spent $60 million to make that offensive line better than it was a year ago. They drafted another wide receiver early, Luther Burden out of Missouri, an absolute stud in college. And the most important of all of it is they got the offensive coordinator from the Detroit Lions. Remember how creative that offense was? Tough but innovative. Ben Johnson was really the one that made that whole system go. He's now the head coach of the Chicago Bears. If he can get that out of Jared Goff, should be able to get it out of a guy who oozes talent in Caleb Williams. And then what happens with the Detroit Lions when they lose somebody like that? It's a really fascinating division in the NFC North.
Yeah, and that guy can throw it. I mean, it's wild. I was checking him out. He's really got a good arm. He's short on him. It's kind of weird, but completed a lot of passes. Looked great. Looked poised. Also, Cam Ward.
Cam Ward looks like he's really good,
Yeah.
and I've been so impressed with Jackson Dart.
Yeah,
was also drafted in the first round. New York Giants. He's been pretty much perfect in his time, and I don't know how much rope they're going to give to Russell Wilson, the old man now at this point, who's the starting quarterback for the Giants. It's not a team that's supposed to be very good. And somehow, even though they were terrible last year, they got saddled with one of the toughest schedules in the NFL. So they're up against it going into this year, but they have a rookie quarterback that they can keep in their back pocket until the fans get antsy.
That's right. And I was going to ask that very same question about the Browns. It was announced today that Flacco is going to get the starting pull for the Browns, but of course that's Shedeur Sanders, and that's a much better story for the Browns. Of course, if he came out there and did something crazy. I only watched a little bit of preseason. Actually, I was pretty impressed with him. He looked like he'd been in the league a couple of years already. What's the story going there with the Browns? Is this going to be another scenario where they're going to deal with Flacco for as long as they can until the fans clamor for Shedeur? Or how's that going to work?
I don't understand why they were so quick to name Joe Flacco their starting quarterback. I mean, he hasn't even played in the preseason. This should be a true battle for that spot. Just handing it to the veteran just feels like the lazy move. You have Dylan Gabriel, who was uneven at times in his start that he got this past weekend. I thought Shedeur Sanders was an absolute star. Of course, like anything, when you talk about Shedeur, you have to talk about what is he like behind closed doors? We don't know the answer to that. Maybe he's a total jerk. Maybe Dylan Gabriel hasn't been that good in practice. I don't know. But to name Joe Flacco, where's it going to get you?
Yeah. But you know what? You can grow out of that. We watch Baker Mayfield grow out of that. We watched Baker Mayfield come in the league as a hat backwards kind of bro, and he kind of grew out of that. Why couldn't Shedeur grow out of that? I mean, the guy's got talent. He looks amazing behind. He looks very poised. His scrambling ability, he looks like he's been, like I said, been in the league years already. I didn't see him throw a lot of really incredible, crisp passes, but, I mean, look, if you're the Browns, you need anything, in my opinion, to get that franchise some attention. Why not stick that kid out there? And if you don't have let's say if you don't have a lot of confidence in him, what are you going to lose? It's you or Flacco. Flacco's like almost AARP.
Exactly. I remember years ago when Deshaun Watson, and let's not think about the current, whatever your current perception of Deshaun Watson is, as a rookie drafted out of Clemson, was not the starting quarterback for the Houston Texans going into week one. Instead, they started a guy by the name of Tom Savage, who was about as dull and boring, and he lacked the mobility that Joe Flacco also lacks. I think it took a half before they said, maybe we should give this guy Watson a shot. And Watson, from all accounts, guys behind the scenes, whatever, said he does not even understand the playbook. But he just went out there and he balled, and he was awesome. The Browns need someone like that. And Shedeur Sanders can give them that. This Joe Flacco thing is a waste of time.
You know, if anything, the Sanders, let's say he just shows some glimpses early. I mean, I don't know how movable the NFL schedule is when it comes to television, but my God, man, you get out there and you get on a run where they start like 5-1, 5-2, and they beat somebody that they didn't think anyway. But all of a sudden, that's the biggest story in the NFL.
It would be. The schedule's movable towards the end of the season, not in the first 6 or 7 weeks. Those primetime games are set Thursdays, Sundays, Mondays.
But that would be the perfect time to prove yourself, right? Again, imagine coming out of that 7-game stretch at 5-2, let's say a victory against a team that preseason everybody thought was going to be like unbeatable. Now you have a football story, and now the Cleveland Browns are an interesting story, something they never are outside of their dysfunction.
Yeah, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
I'm trying to help out.
It's 5-2, 6-1 stuff. I think Shedeur should be the starter, but let's not get crazy.
So let's go division. We only got a couple minutes here. I wanted to kind of figure out who you think is going to be really good in these divisions. Let's start in the NFC.
NFC East, I think you're looking at another year where Philadelphia is going to dominate. The only thing that should hold them back is the fact that they won the Super Bowl last year. A lot of teams aren't the Chiefs or the Patriots. They get fat and happy.
Right.
Guys get greedy. They want to be the star. If that works against them, that'll be a problem. The team that's going to be nipping on their heels all year long is the Washington Commanders. They loaded up in the offseason. They added Laramie Tunsil on the offensive line, Deebo Samuel, a wide receiver. If they get this Terry McLaurin contract, who's their number one guy that Jaden Daniels throws the ball to, they have to figure that out, but that team should be really good. The Cowboys are kind of a mess, and the Giants are going to be bad. The NFC North, I think, is the most interesting division in football this year. You've got the Packers, who should be excellent. The Minnesota Vikings, they usher in a new era with J.J. McCarthy as their starting quarterback. He tore his ACL in the preseason a year ago. This will technically be his rookie season, but they should have one of the best defenses in the league. The Chicago Bears, for all the reasons we detailed, are going to be much upgraded.
That's right.
And then the Lions.
You won't look at me for that one. I know that.
And then, I very clearly put my head down. The Detroit Lions are a juggernaut, but they're losing out on a whole lot of coaching. I'm not going to go down every single team in the NFL, but the NFC South should be run by the Bucs, but watch out for the Atlanta Falcons, and I think a sneaky team could be the Panthers. The NFC West is a total wild card because that whole division seems like it's in an era of transition. I really like Arizona this year. The Buffalo Bills should run the show in the AFC East. It would be a shock if they didn't. The Baltimore Ravens are the most loaded roster in the NFL. They should win the AFC North. And then you have maybe the Jags have a chance, but it's probably going to be the Texans in the AFC South.
And Chiefs.
And this is where the Chiefs, is the dynasty really over? Because they look like they're falling apart. And year two, Jim Harbaugh-led teams are usually very competitive. I really like the Chargers this year.
Very nice. Always give it. Always
win is a Raider.
Well, they should be. I really liked they looked really good in the preseason.
Did they really?
The Raiders, they did. You should be excited. They're going to be a fun team to watch. They won't be good, but they'll be fun.
That's not sarcasm?
No, I think they're going to be fun. They're going to be a fun bad team.
Ooh, that's like saying your date has a nice personality.
I'll take it.
I'll
take fun.
Exactly.
I'll take fun.
You guys give it up for Brandon. There he is.
I forgot to mention, this segment brought to you by Wing House.
That's
I'm going to be out there, fantasy football draft with all of our listeners. Bianchi will be out there as well. That is on August 29th, a Friday, on the Wing House on Kirkman Road. We'll see you there.
See you there, buddy. Thanks. Always good seeing you.
Thank you.
All right, 407-916-1041. Back in a sec with our buddy Ray Trindley. We'll do that right after
Real
this.
Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
There's bumper-to-bumper traffic on Florida's Turnpike southbound, approaching that US 192 toll booth there. A crash is getting cleared up, blocking multiple lanes on the Turnpike northbound near Oakland Exchange. A crash is getting cleared up. Look out for emergency crews on the roadways there. You're going to run into gridlock traffic on I-4 through that amusement park area. Travel with caution. The roadways are wet out there. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Hey guys, Jim Colbert here for my friends over at FAS Exteriors. Man, these guys are awesome. Putting windows and doors in a couple of my homes here in Central Florida over the years and just absolutely nailing it. Their expert team of window and door installers will make your entire project seamless, and it will be that way from measurement all the way down to that final inspection. They've been doing it since 2005, and FAS has earned their spot as Orlando's top-rated window and door experts. So upgrade your home today with a team that delivers excellence. Simply visit FASWD and trust the leader in windows and doors.
Car crash? Call Klausman. KlausmanLaw.com. That's KLAUSMAN.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, is back in Vegas.
T-Mobile Arena.
Streaming live only on Hulu. A weekend full of superstar performances. And keep listening for the next chance to win your way there.
Escape to poolside paradise at MGM Resorts in Las Vegas. Sip on a refreshing cocktail. Lounge in a luxury cabana. Earn on nonstop fun with MGM Rewards. Book a sizzling summer escape today. Visit MGMRewards.com for details.
If you were at our poker tournament, maybe you ran into Richard and the folks from Solar Source. They sponsored our final table. Wearing a Solar Source shirt right now, but they are also the solar company that you should check out when you're thinking about going solar, because they've been in our community since the 80s. They've been doing it the longest. They are reliable, and they know the best way to get you into the world of solar. But now is the time to act, because the federal solar tax credits of 30% are expiring at the end of the year. So you want to get on the books with Solar Source. Get your free estimate. Let's get you in the process of improving your home, renewable energy, saving you money. Stop renting your power from the power company. Instead, start making your own with the sunshine. After all, this is the Sunshine State. SolarSource.com. That's the company. That's my go-to company for solar, and it can be yours as well. Just go to SolarSource.com, and when you talk to them, tell them Jack sent you.
Grab your tickets now for the Pirates and Parrots Festival August 30th at Evans Park in Mount Dora, featuring the Land Sharks, the ultimate Jimmy Buffett tribute band. The party starts at noon with vendors, tailgating, drinks, food trucks, VIP seating, and good vibes. Go to PiratesandParrotsFestival.com.
Thinking about selling your home? Well, hold on to your packing tape. The Nickley Group can sell houses faster than you can find that one missing sock. Get a guaranteed cash offer on your home from the Nickley Group today. Visit thenickleyGroup.com.
Call Nickley.
The Nickley Group with Keller Williams Realty.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we're fixing the unfixable. Combining the use of robotics and an endoscope, our expert neurosurgeons are performing spinal fusion surgeries more safely and effectively than ever before, with smaller incisions which lead to quicker recovery times for patients. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic, because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
At Racetrack, you'll find everything you need to get through the day ahead.
The morning hits hard when you get up early. You're obviously tired and looking surly.
Grab some made-in-store breakfast, freshly ground coffee, ice-cold drinks, delicious hot food, and snacks all in one stop.
The day is long and can feel like a grind, but you'll get fully stocked and everything will be fine.
Racetrack is here to keep you going.
An all-day haul to get you through.
Racetrack, whatever gets you going.
Cruising out of Port Canaveral? Don't forget to visit Cocoa Beach, Orlando's closest beach. Soak up the sun, ride the waves, shop a little, and enjoy Cocoa Beach's legendary laid-back beach vibes. Cocoa Beach is perfect for adventure seekers, families, or a beautiful date with a sunset finish. Vacation mode starts at Cocoa Beach, the perfect stop for your sea voyage. Don't miss the boat. Plan your visit today at legendarycocobeach.com. That's legendarycocobeach.com.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Want to win $15,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows? Pick up your phone and text the word WOW to 20129. That's WOW to 20129.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime. One dime down at RC Hill Mitsubishi in DeLand. Just go to rchill.com.
Want more from the Jim Colbert Show? Online at JimColbertLive.com.
This is a Missy Elliott one-time exclusive. Come on.
Definitely off topic, but super curious. Deb,
how's your new car? You were so excited about your smoked out taillights and everything.
Oh.
How's that thing holding up?
Oh.
Come on, give us an update.
We never hear about it.
You don't. That much.
All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. I'm Jim, there's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Oh, speaking of Jack, thanks to Jack.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
I'm going to be able to put the Real Radio 104.1 magnet on one side of the license plate, the Jim Colbert Show magnet on the other side of the license plate.
That's for my personal stash.
Yeah, nice.
Thank you, by the way.
It was nice to see a couple JCS magnets in the on the cars in the parking garage at the poker tournament this year. It was very nice.
I went out early to put them out there.
Good job, dude. Every single Monday around this time, our buddy Ray Trinley joins us from TK Law. That's onefirmforlife.com. The offices are right there now. Come on. Good and loud for our buddy Ray Trinley.
Yay! Woohoo!
I'm just glad you guys let me back after I missed the poker tournament.
I'm destroyed, by the way.
I was pretty sad about it.
You think Nate was funny?
I enjoyed the show. Here's the problem, and I think he's a funny guy.
Hot take.
I think he's a funny guy. It was a good show. My wife is one of those people who can sincerely enjoy the moment, and I'm always thinking about like what's coming up next. And so like, I'm deep in thought always, and so I'm enjoying some of the jokes, but I'm thinking about what's going to be coming next. And so I don't like do the laugh out loud. Like I'm not like my side isn't splitting. My wife will. And so she's like, "You're not enjoying the show." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm having a great time."
Well, I'm gonna tell you,
we see it differently.
He was wearing us out. Like I was there. I saw Jack. We were both laughing. My wife was laughing.
It's good dad humor.
The dude right before Nate came out, did this bit on bird watching.
The bird guy was my favorite,
which is one of the funniest bits I've seen in a while, dude. That bit was great. Not one curse word. He talked about bird watching and destroyed the room.
So my wife and I, first thing we talked about when we got in the car was, other than Nate, who was our favorite comedian, my wife really liked the guy that was emceeing it.
Yeah, he's funny.
He was fantastic. I thought he was
great.
Yeah,
but the bird guy, I loved. And I'm not like an expert. I'm not an expert in how to tell jokes, but I really loved his delivery.
Yeah.
The jokes were great. They were well written.
Did the host, after he left the stage, did the host say that's how he is off stage as well?
Yeah.
He said that during our show as well, and it got a gigantic laugh.
Yeah, that got a pretty good laugh from us too because he's nerdy and it's obvious. But you guys said that the top bowl wasn't filled up for you, all the way up to the very top rim. There were people in the seats. I was taking pictures because I couldn't believe it.
Oh wow!
All the way around.
They had the top blacked out during our show, so it was only the second and bottom levels, and of course the floor. And he killed Scott Brown too, man. Yes, he was laughing his ass off.
It was a good show. I enjoyed it. It's the third time I've seen him. So
second for me, but he's still funny. All new material. That was the good thing is he does new hour every time, and I didn't know any of his act, so I didn't know one joke from the new hour, which I loved.
The DoorDash stuff with the McDonald's. I've seen part of that, and now I'm watching. I'm like, okay, now when have I seen that? And I don't know. It might have been on an appearance on Fallon or something, but I saw a little piece of that.
His stuff is so relatable. That DoorDash thing is so relatable and so funny.
For me, it was the chickens. I don't know where I saw a clip of the chicken bit, but I was like, I've seen this before, and my wife was like, that wasn't part of the other two shows. I was like, are you sure?
Oh yeah.
And she was convinced it wasn't. So. I don't know.
He's managed to keep a lot of the new stuff offline, and they don't really have any phone restrictions or anything. But
yes, they do.
They never for us.
I saw somebody get walked out.
Oh, really? I mean,
on the floor.
There was a sign in the elevator that just said, "Under no circumstances are you able to record."
Yeah, what I meant was they didn't bag him like Chappelle.
Oh, no.
You put him in a bag for Chappelle. They didn't do that here. But I haven't seen a lot of clips from his new stuff out and around online to spoil it. So I thought that was great.
No, you're right. It wasn't that secretive, but I catch reflections off my glasses. So when it's dark, I catch a little like a light reflection, and I was looking over. And somebody had their camera out, and then security pulled them aside and just walked them out.
Gotta go.
And then I assume it was the woman he was there with stayed. And
on the floor, you're only paying $400 to leave.
I enjoyed seeing that. I was like, oh, good for her.
All right, it's funny. That night at the poker tournament, Jack saw something or experienced something. Now, I noticed when we left, we had to kind of maneuver away because Waze was telling us to go a different way. And I said, well, it must be because there's a traffic block up or whatever. Jack just tells me, at the beginning of the show today, he goes, man, there was a really bad backup in Maitland.
Yeah, so we were coming home 1792. It's our normal way home from the Science Center, and they actually had the road detoured. We had to get off of 1792 and take an alternate route, and I can see the flashing lights ahead, and I'm like, well, that's not good. I mean, they are blocking off the whole road, not allowing you to go around it. It is a 3-lane road, so you figure they would have been allowed to go around it had you've been able to, but definitely both ways the traffic was blocked off, so you knew it was bad. And I saw in the paper the next day that there was a fatality of a 25-year-old man, Winter Springs man, on a bicycle who was in the bike lane. And it was a car that was coming off Maitland Boulevard. And for those that don't know, when Maitland Boulevard comes into 1792, it's like a highway merger.
It's a loop. It's banked, which means you can take it at a relatively good rate of speed.
And so then you are coming in at speed with the road. And then the first thing you do, and I did it last night, and it made me realize I kind of imagine what happened with this accident, because then you look, first thing you do is look over your shoulder. Yeah. There's 3 lanes of traffic, and you're looking to do a merge over. But
there's not much of a lane to get in on either.
There's not. It immediately goes to a turning lane, so the bike lane goes to the left of the turning lane. So this person must have been right in that turning lane.
Right.
The car comes down, you're looking behind you, and unfortunately hit that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's the way I assumed it happened, but it was a hit and run, and they're still looking for that person.
Yeah, the person took off.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can understand it happening. It's a tragedy. Someone lost their life, but then they left, and that's no bueno.
Yeah, so, I mean, one, it's a crime to leave the scene of any accident. But, one of the things that I think a lot of people underestimate, maybe, is how many cameras are on our roads. Mm-hmm. And so they can time you pretty much and figure out exactly who was on the road at that time. And I wouldn't be surprised if they don't already know the car that it was involved in the crash.
Wow, really?
So I was.
You're right though, because once you merge on the 1792, there you pass a bunch of businesses, including a Porsche dealership.
Yeah, they got cameras.
Which you know for a fact they got cameras.
Yeah,
because the cars sit out front, so there's no question that can happen there.
And so a lot of times, you don't necessarily know that they know, but they know. And I've been privy to a couple of cases where you start seeing law enforcement piece together all that footage, and they can take you like 30 minutes from that crash scene location all the way to your neighborhood, and they're like, okay, we know the car's in this neighborhood, and if they get a full plate, forget about it. They know exactly who you are.
But it could also be even just a paint sample that was left on the bicycle or a tire track or something like that. There are a number of ways that they could get evidence to track you down and even narrow it more and more and more, until there's no other choice.
And it sounds counterintuitive, but normally in a situation like this, the best advice I can give somebody is to hire a lawyer and then negotiate your surrender to law enforcement. Believe it or not, that makes a huge difference in the consequences that you'll receive.
Okay, so let's assume the person wasn't doing anything wrong.
Sure.
They weren't drinking and driving or anything like that. It was just a tragic accident because the person wasn't wearing reflective gear, whatever the case may be. You're still saying that, do you call your attorney from that site? Do you pull over and then call your attorney, or do you drive to your attorney's office? It was like 11 o'clock at night.
Well, let's assume this person didn't realize they had hit somebody until they got home.
Oh, I see.
Let's just assume that's the case. At that point, it's time to call an attorney and figure it out, because I believe it or not, have had cases with very similar fact patterns in that very similar area, and
really,
and the consequences that you're facing for leaving a scene of a crash that leaves and leads to death is up to 30 years in prison. Ooh. It's a first degree felony.
Wow, dude.
And so depending on the facts and depending on all the circumstances like you just mentioned, you may be looking to try to work out the best possible deal. And this happens all the time. I don't usually say that these are the exact same thing, but I hit a squirrel with my car one time, and I didn't know I hit the squirrel, but I came back on my way back from the grocery store and I saw the squirrel there, and I thought I heard something, but then you see the squirrel there. And I didn't stop thinking. I still think about that squirrel. It's been probably like 8 years.
Okay.
But like people, can bump somebody and not realize what happened.
Right.
And that happens fairly frequently. But the right thing to do would be to contact, an attorney. They can facilitate you being turned in. You cooperate with the investigation, and you're talking about the difference between 30 years and maybe a couple of years of probation.
Yeah. Talking to Ray Trinley here from TK Law.
Yeah, update. I just searched it out. FHP investigators have located the vehicle involved. It's a 2016 BMW X6, and that's been taken into evidence. However, troopers are still gathering information to determine who was driving the vehicle
they left
at the
the
time of the
vehicle
crash.
too.
Yeah. Can you claim it was stolen? Is that what people do sometimes? Like, look, man, I was asleep. I've heard this before, actually.
Yeah. I've heard it before, too.
Hey, man, I was asleep. I've
heard it before, too.
I don't know what's going on. My car was stolen, and whatever happened inside that car, well, I don't know. I was in bed, and I got an alibi. My wife will say it was right here.
I'm familiar with that fact pattern.
Yeah.
So the cases where I've seen that story being told, the person who owns the car ends up being walked away in handcuffs. Because it's your responsibility. It's your car. It's your responsibility. And if it's stolen, you have to report it stolen as soon as you find out.
Okay, so hold on. Let me stop you real quick because that sounds bananas.
Yeah.
Like, I go home tonight. I go and do the whole thing, go to sleep. Somebody comes on my property, steals my truck, and that night, within 20 minutes, goes out and runs somebody over.
Sure.
And then they ditch my truck, right? And then they haul ass. They find that, they walk me to jail.
So we treat a motor vehicle, the same way we treat dynamite, which is even if you're not negligent, even if you use the utmost care, if you kill somebody, you're ultimately responsible for it. Now, obviously, you can't expect a superseding, intervening circumstance like a criminal act to happen, but now it becomes almost your burden of proving that that's what happened, right? So simply saying I've got an alibi, here's where I was at. I mean, you're talking about GPS data. You're talking about all the other facts and circumstances.
Where your cell phone pings off.
Where you're going to have to try to prove up that you were where you say you were because, again,
just because it's your vehicle.
Because it's your vehicle. So the advice I have for people is if your car is missing, even if you're like, maybe it was my crazy nephew who took my car joyriding, you call and report it stolen.
Like immediately.
Immediately. Yes.
Even if maybe your son took it to go and get something to eat in the middle of the night and he has permission to do so, do you wait 30 minutes to see if somebody comes back or do you call immediately?
I mean, you probably call your son first.
Yeah.
Right? Because otherwise he's walking walking away in handcuffs instead.
Oh, good idea.
There you go. But no, I mean, if you don't know where the car is at, right? If you haven't given anybody permission to take your car and it's missing, I mean, again, think about it like dynamite. If somebody took your stick of dynamite, you'd probably call the cops. You'd be like, hey, what are they going to go do?
No question. God, dog, that sounds so harsh.
It is.
But theoretically, if you can prove that you were asleep at home and somebody did steal it, it is not that harsh because it would be easy to prove. Would not? I mean, theoretically, if you have Ring camera in your house.
The only cases where it's been alleged where I was involved, I don't necessarily believe they were asleep in bed when they said they were.
Oh, really? You didn't believe it?
No.
Do you question them? Do you tell them to tell you the truth if something like that happened, or do you? I mean, is that is the onus of that on them to do that?
I go through a line of questions with my clients as far as telling them to tell the truth. I assume that they're going to tell me the truth.
Right.
I hope that they're going to tell me the truth. But, I don't want to be offending people when I say, I don't know, it sounds like that's a made-up story. Tell me
Isn't
about
that what you want? You don't want that surprise in the courtroom, though, do you? Like we've seen those movies, right, where it turns out the other team has evidence that proves your guy wrong, and it's right in your face, and you turn to your client, like, what are you doing to me?
So any evidence I do receive, I ask my clients to explain it to me. So, if there's... we'll use the cell phone because we kind of used that as our indicator last time for the car being stolen. If there's cell phone pings and it shows the car's moving at a high rate of speed through, let's say downtown Orlando. Let's not be related to this because nobody's, whatever. If you see that and you're like, okay, now how do you explain your cell phone being in the car and also being in your possession right now, right? Get the explanation there. And then at that point, I might say, tell me the truth.
I might
push them
here.
I might push them there.
Yeah. But you got me, Ray. You can literally. But I'm saying though, obviously, the good for you as well. You could look at him and say, "Hey, look, man, this ain't adding up."
Yeah.
Help me get there because this is not adding up.
Well,
this is what you're going to face in court anyway. So,
in the criminal context too, you've got a jury of your peers that are going to be listening to this. So listen. if I can't get my staff or myself to believe this, you might have a hard time believing it too. So how do we tell this story in a way where it's going to make sense to a jury?
Have you ever turned down a client because you didn't believe them, but they wouldn't come off? They wouldn't come off of their story. I mean, did that intuition, of obviously arguing cases and taking depositions for so many years, kick in, and you went, I don't know about this, man. I feel like I'm going to get myself in a situation here where it's not going to be really good for me or the firm.
So I've been pretty blessed. So you guys know I've worked for Steve for a long time before he became my partner, and Steve never made me take a case that I didn't feel comfortable in taking, and there are less than half a dozen cases that we did not take because the facts were such that
just so distorted.
If they were true, I wouldn't want to be responsible for that person not going to prison.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You almost didn't want to do a good job for him, kind of thing. That sounds terrible.
Here's the way I looked at it. I didn't know, and I know myself, and I thought the client deserved having somebody who would believe in their defense more than I did.
Got it.
And Steve has never pushed me on that, and that's something that is probably one of the reasons why I've worked with him for so long, is because we've always kind of see eye to eye on that. But so yeah, there are times where I didn't get good feelings, and it's the cases that you hear about on the news that are the most sickening and egregious that you're just like, if this is true, I don't know if I can live with myself for the rest of my life, seeing those pictures or hearing that evidence and knowing that I had a part in it. So
wow, that's so crazy. And I can only imagine that, again, you doing what you've done for so many years, that you obviously have basically seen and heard it all. I mean, not all of it, but for sure you've heard enough similar cases where you have almost like an inner template of how you handle each case, right?
Yeah, actually, that is true. I was describing that to a client the other day of, not to say this is the only right way to do this, but I've seen it happen and I've seen it work, and we try to do the things that work.
Yeah. Did you find that your intuition naturally fit you as an attorney, or did you learn that?
I think I'm a naturally curious person.
Yeah, curious and a little skeptical, though, right? You have to be a little skeptical and always curious, always wanting to know the absolutes.
Yeah,
Jim is very skeptical.
I think,
but always.
I think the best way I've ever instructed an attorney as a mentor to somebody was if you ever dated somebody, you thought they were cheating on you, you start asking questions that are kind of guiding you towards what we call a box.
Yeah.
And so you're like, where were you? I was here.
Yeah.
Who'd you go with? I went with this person.
Every time I see like real-time cops asking questions like that, I'm like, dude, you're 2 questions away from going to jail.
That's right.
Just shut up and call your attorney.
And that's absolutely true.
All right, Ray Trundling here with us. Deb, what do you get for you heard it here first?
The next move for the Epstein documents, a local lottery player hits a big jackpot, and planets are aligned in the year's last celestial parade. We'll talk about that next during You Heard It Here First.
Cool. Let's take a little break. We'll come back and get Deb's news and get the hell out of here on a Monday.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James Miguel and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Odoo.com Weather Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Hurricane Aaron continues to be the big story here at home. Hi there, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist TJ Springer. It's still a ways away, and we're getting the indirect impacts with the rough surf and the high rip current risk, but we still have the onshore flow bringing the sea breeze-driven showers and thunderstorms. Hit or miss in nature. They'll slowly fade away tonight. We'll dip back into the middle to upper 70s. Tomorrow, same story. We have that dominant east to northeasterly wind that's going to help keep the sea breeze showers and thunderstorms focused to the more western half of the state, but we can still see some isolated showers and thunderstorms as well across central Florida, so you still want to keep the umbrella handy. Highs look to top out in the low 90s. From the Fox 35 Storm Center, I'm meteorologist TJ Springer.
This report is sponsored by GCRepairPros.com.
Contractors, got customers with no money for repairs? At GC Repair Pros, we fund your jobs. Let's partner up. Join our contractor referral program today at GCRepairPros.com.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here with my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. Look, man, if you had an opportunity to look inside your body to see how your health was, why would you not. Take advantage of that scenario. That's what Life Imaging offers, is a glimpse at your heart health in real time. And when you start doing the numbers and realize that 1 of 3 people in America die of heart disease, and in some of those cases, the very first symptom, it's not like, oh, my left arm hurts. It's you drop dead. You definitely want to get over to Life Imaging FLA. Get this free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value, but guys, straight up, it could save your life. And while you're there, please ask about their cancer screening as well, because early detection does save lives. Here's how you make your appointment. This is what you need to do. Simply pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, and say the keyword free heart scan. That is all you have to do. That's pound 250. Say that keyword free heart scan. They'll connect you in seconds. Then you make that appointment and take control of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Need help navigating your will or trust? Visit onefirmforlife.com today for your free consultation.
It's the summer clearance event at Greenway Kia, and we're racing to sell 500 new Kias. Every new Kia is clearance priced with savings up to $18,000 off MSRP, with 0% financing now available. We've got one of the area's largest Kia inventories, and we'll make deals other dealers won't. Our friendly, non-commissioned team is here to help. If you're shopping for a new Kia, visit greenwaykias.com. I'm Joe Rossi, and we want to see you in a Greenway Kia.
Example stock TG004814. Negative equity refinanced expires 9/7/25.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Are you 62 or older and wondering if a reverse mortgage can help you access the equity in your home? It's so easy to get a free reverse mortgage quote with that mortgage guy, Don. Just fill out the online questionnaire at thatmortgageguyDon.com, or you can make an office appointment to meet in person at 1401 Town Plaza Court, Winter Springs, Florida. Happy Home Mortgage. NMLS ID 2418348.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't just stand there. Everything you need to turn $1 into an epic win is in your hand. Hard Rock Bet. Bet it, parlay it, boost it, however you want to do it. From wherever you are to the moon. Bet anytime a line, prop, or parlay catches your eye. And withdraw cash when you want it. Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us. New players bet $5 and get $150 instantly in bonus bets. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Looking for the perfect spot to relax in downtown? Welcome to Cavo's Bar and Kitchen, the family-owned sports bar nestled in the residential charm of Thornton Park. Since 2019, Cavo's has been serving elevated bar food inspired by Northeast flavors from Philly and NYC, with solid cocktails and draft beers. Catch the game on TV and savor scratch-made appetizers, sandwiches, and salads. Cavo's Bar and Kitchen, where quality, comfort, and community come together. 900 East Washington Street in downtown Orlando. Cavo's Bar and Kitchen. It's a family thing. Go Birds.
Hey guys, Russ Rollins here. Lose weight, gain muscle, and lose that dad bod with testosterone from Red Mountain Weight Loss. If you've noticed a lack in energy lately, how about brain fog, trouble in the bedroom? Well, you probably have low T. It's more common than you think, and it is treatable. Truth is, men today have 20% lower testosterone than even our dads had. Ugh, yeah, man. Hey, but there's a solution to it. You'll find it at Red Mountain Weight Loss. They offer full-strength testosterone as an injection or a tablet, and we're not talking about supplements here. No, we're talking about prescription-only testosterone, because no supplement can match the boost you get from actual testosterone. It'll give you more energy, greater focus, better sleep, and lean muscle mass, and you're also going to have a better sex drive. It is a game changer. Book your free video consultation with one of their licensed doctors today and regain your energy, your strength, your vitality. For a limited time, they're even going to waive their startup fee. So go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com. Red Mountain Weight Loss. Real testosterone, real doctors, and real results.
You hear that? That's Mike sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. That's because Mike was smart this time. He took ZzzQuil Ultra to fall asleep fast, stay asleep longer, and get the deeply restorative sleep he needs. So now he wakes up refreshed and ready to conquer Mondays.
Let's do this Monday.
ZzzQuil Ultra. Not for colds, just for sleep. Really great sleep. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Are you tired of squinting at screens or maybe fumbling for readers? You know, for over 35 years, Central Floridians have trusted the Filutowski Eye Institute. With more than 225,000 vision correction procedures performed. Stop struggling. Start seeing clearly. It changed my son's life, and it can change yours as well. Simply call 800 Eye Exam and see what you've been missing. That's 800 Eye Exam. The Filutowski Eye Institute. Trusted, local, life-changing.
Stay tuned to the Jim Colbert Show as we demonstrate our attitude of gratitude. Our thank you segment is sponsored by Life Imaging FLA. Now open. Call pound 250 keyword heart scan.
Our friends at TK Law want to remind us to look ahead, so we will. Looking ahead on Real Radio, it's a Tuesday edition of the Monsters in the Morning. Tomorrow at 6 a.m., they'll have a chance for you to win a trip for two to Vegas to our iHeartRadio Music Festival, plus $1,000. That keyword drops at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Another one at 1 p.m. and then one at 5 p.m. Also tomorrow on the Monsters, Angelique will be on the show with a very personal story. That happens tomorrow on the Monsters. Look ahead with the team at TK Law to plan your family's future. Visit onefirmforlife.com.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Yeah, you know, when you go to the Kia Center, you need to dress nicely, collared shirt, a couple of buttons, good slacks, nice shoes. But then you go to the Mercedes Stadium. That's a whole nother ballgame.
Jimmy Jams, anytime you want me to come in, I'm more than happy to. You can do an interview. I'm an open book. My dog's pooping.
All right.
Dear Amazon driver, would you please travel the 150 yards down my beautiful concrete driveway and place all packages within the breezeway of my mansion?
When am I going to learn?
Thank you very much, Jimmy Colbert.
It's because it was built in the 50s. It's got a breezeway because that's the design. The road is busted up asphalt, 3 layers of chipped away asphalt. It's horrible.
I'm just saying.
It looks like a terrible investment from the outside, I'm telling you.
Jimmy Flexbert.
Get out of here. 407-916-1041. Welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb. Jack is here along with Ray Trenley. That's onefirmforlife.com. TK Law. Office is right there in Altamont Springs. Been there for how long?
We've been in that building since...
you don't know, do you?
I think it was 2009. We left in 2013 and came back in 2016.
Nice. All right, good. Let's do You Heard It Here first.
It's time for You Heard It Here First on the Jim Colbert
That was
Show.
a complicated answer.
All right, the Trump administration will provide the House Oversight Committee with documents related to Jeffrey Epstein's case. The Department of Justice will hand over the files on Friday, although House investigators originally requested the documents be submitted by August 19th. Requested materials include all documents and communications in the DOJ's possession connected to Epstein and his associate Ghislaine Maxwell, as well as files, quote, further relating or referring to human trafficking, exploitation of minors, sexual abuse, or related activity, end quote. Committee Chair James Comer says the DOJ is cooperating, quote, in a good faith effort, end quote. Wink, wink.
It's going to be interesting to see what comes out.
You think anything's going to come out of it?
Don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if they're releasing it voluntarily, probably not.
Exactly.
I mean, when we heard 2 weeks ago, there's 1,000 agents rolling through that entire file. I don't know exactly how much of it's going to be viable. Who knows?
A lottery player in Orlando is a jackpot winner. The player purchased a winning triple play ticket at a Publix on Curry Ford Road. Now, it matched all of the numbers in the August 15th drawing. The lucky player won $500,000. However, they haven't yet claimed their prize.
Dun, dun,
dun. And then finally...
Because he's in my trunk!
That you don't have. Escaped with the lack of a tailgate. And then finally, 6 planets will be visible in the sky through Wednesday.
What?
Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, and Uranus are aligned and can be seen about 45 minutes before sunset. I love that, Ray. Some will be visible to the naked eye, but binoculars or a telescope will be needed to spot Neptune and Uranus.
Yeah, very nice. Oh, yeah,
and you heard it here first on the Jim Colbert Show.
Yes,
I have a
ma'am.
new soft spot for Ray Trendley.
Yeah. He likes those jokes. There you go.
Yeah, he does.
Who do we have to thank today, young lady?
Well, speaking of Ray Trendley, we want to thank Friendly Ray Trendley from TK Law, onefirmforlife.com. Also want to thank Brandon Kravitz from 96.9 The Game, just in case you missed him talking about his new show and Talking Sports. His podcast has been posted at the Jim Colbert Show. And then last but never least, Sam Bowen and Candace Rich for running our YouTube chat.
Thanks, guys. Jack, question of the day.
Ray, how often do you eat fast food? How many times a week?
Does that include like public sushi?
No, fast food.
Oh, on Wednesdays do you get that?
Yeah.
$5.
Yeah, $5
That's
on
a great
Wednesdays.
deal.
Yeah, then like maybe like once every 2 months.
Oh, really?
wow.
So you're not very frequently at all.
No.
So we posted that. We gave choices. Was it 1 time a week or less, 2 times a week, 3 times a week, or more? I'll tell you, more than 3 times a week only had 3%.
That's
of the
good
audience.
news.
That's
I like
good
that.
news.
I thought that would win, to be honest with you. I
used to love McDonald's every day.
Life is fast.
There was a 72% response, a 16, and a 9%. What one do you think had 72%?
72.
I think maybe 1 to 3 times a week or something like that.
1 time a week or less.
Wow.
That's the one, huh?
It's because it's so
72%.
expensive. It's now just as expensive going to get fast food than it is going to a restaurant.
3 times a week was 9%, and then twice a week, 16% of the respondents.
Somebody called earlier and said they had like 4 value meals or whatever. It was like $40 from McDonald's.
Yeah.
Good Lord. Ray, always good seeing you, buddy.
Good to see you guys.
That's TK Law, onefirmforlife.com. Offices right there in Altamont Springs. A lot of different disciplines over there. Estates, trip and fall, car crashes, whatever the case may be. These guys can find somebody to help you out for sure.
That's right.
All right, on behalf of Deb, Jack, and Ray, I am Jim. We follow the News Junkie. They follow the monsters in the morning. After us, it's Tom and Dan with the Corporate Time and our friends from Real Laughs. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 for more of the Jim Colbert Show. And remember, Ross in tomorrow. So we'll see you 3 right here on Real Radio 104.1.
Have a marvelous Monday. Bye.
It's the damn dentures, y'all.
If you missed any part of today's show, check the Jim Colbert Show on demand. And for highlighted feature segments, listen to the Jim Colbert Show The Goods. Both are available for free on the iHeartRadio app.
A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan is coming up next on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law.